the first part of the season.
Yeah, she's got a wider range of moves to use down there and a lot of counter moves. Now, sometimes still I feel she gets a little too creative when she doesn't have to get creative. But that's the expansion of her game, and I like seeing her try new things and do that. And she does that and brings a little twist in each night she plays.
Is there any aspect of her game down in the post that you'd like to see her work on in addition to, knowing when to be creative and knowing when not to be creative?
Yeah, just feeling both of feeling where the double team is coming from and, when, she gets an offensive rebound, no reason to do anything but just go straight back up with it, and that she's gotten better at, but still has room to improve with just making sure she's always thinking and one when she shoots the ball, because she's going to get fouled every time she shoots it. So it's whether it gets called or not, she's just got to be thinking and one and put more of them 3-point plays on the board for us.
And, Coach, I do think some people maybe look at Tuesday's game and perhaps the last couple before that as well and see the team didn't have a huge blowout and they kind of think, well, maybe the team isn't quite playing at their best. But I know you obviously were working on a few different things, especially in that Belmont-Clemmy game. So what would you say to the people who are saying not every game's a blowout and are expecting that?
Well, trust the process. I don't want to be perfect right now. I want to do things now to improve so we're really good towards the end of the season, Yeah, absolutely. Are we playing our best offensively and defensively right now? You could ask any player on our team, and the answer is no. And we know that. We're working on, obviously rebounding is a point of emphasis for us, that we need to get better about of getting teams to go one and done. But that comes with, we've been working a little more man-to-man defense in. Well, the box out in a zone is different than a box out in man-to-man. Have we spent enough time on it? No, but we're a work in progress. And I know we've got time and practices that we're going to keep to this grind. And my goal is to play great basketball at the end of the season, not right now.
And, Coach, what are some of those fundamentals you're teaching to your team as far as rebounding out of a zone versus rebounding in man-to-man defense? You've got to make contact with the girl you're guarding. And we do not teach where the old saying where you've got to box them out and hold them down and back with a big box out. We're a hit, find, get. We've got to make contact. We've got to go find the ball, and we got to go get it. I'm still a firm believer that 80% of rebounding is 100% hard. You've got to go get the ball, and we've got to do a better job of when we do the hit, find the ball, and now we got to go get it. We've got to make sure. I'd rather see three of us bump into each other going to get the ball than none. So and we'll be better tonight than that. I mean, kids know that's a point of emphasis and what we've got to get back of being better at, and I think they'll be a little better tonight with it. And, Coach, as we move into tonight's game against Eagle Grove, like we referenced again, lots of things the team's working on, but what kind of new aspects or things that you want to see improved are you looking for from the team tonight? Consistently, we're going to work, we're going to play man again tonight, even though it's not perfect right now, and probably not our best defense right now, but we need to take what we're working on in practice as far as no middle, forcing baseline, not fouling a jump shooter, no face cuts, all of them things that we are drilling in practice has got to be put into a game-like situation, and that's what we're going to do. I don't doubt that right now our zone could be very effective tonight and cause them a lot of problems. But like I told you on Tuesday night, we're looking for a secondary defense to get more comfortable in, and that I think is going to be man-to-man, and it's going to take some work from us to get that where it needs to be. Absolutely. Coach, as we wrap up here, what's going to be the final message you tell to your girls before the game tips off tonight? Pick your talk up in defense and make sure that we do everything we can to go get the defensive rebound. We need to make them go one and done and really get our talk up defensively in our man. Well, Coach, good luck tonight, and thanks for the time today. All right, thank you.
Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab as the Golden Bears get ready to match up against Eagle Grove. We'll take a timeout, and more pregame coverage is coming up next here on Hometown Radio. It's now time to take a look at the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Audie Crooks, junior, number 55.
High lob to Crooks, reaches back to catch it, puts it off the glass and scores it.
Molly Joyce, junior, number 11.
Now Joyce steps back for her three and she swishes it. My goodness, Molly Joyce.
Meredith Tigas, senior, number 23.
Tigas will now try to take it coast to coast, and Tigas gets the layup from the left side.
Emma Grangenet, senior, number 2.
Now Grangenet has a three-point look, spins it up and swishes it. Emma Grangenet is keeping Bishop Garrigan in this.
Abby Capacious, sophomore, number 21.
Now Capacious intercepts the inbounds pass, sidesteps the defender and gets the easy lay-in.
Tip-off is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Starting lineup introductions are going on right now from Eagle Grove High School. Tyler Lance, Beanie Bodie, if you hear on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream here. Getting ready for tonight's matchup, and should be an interesting one here between the 2-10 Eagle Grove Eagles and the 9-3 Golden Bears. Quick look right now at the Eagle Grove starting lineup. As to the floor, they'll bring the sophomore Nadia Kaiser, the sophomore Madison Kaiser, as well as the junior Braxton Style, the sophomore Chloe Style, and the sophomore Jocelyn Demery, all playing here tonight. Beanie, before we tip off tonight's game, what's the biggest thing you're looking for here tonight from the Golden Bears?
I don't want to see the Bishop Garrigan team get complacent. This is a mismatch for them. Eagle Grove has struggles as a basketball team, and it's gonna be a rough game for this team. And I don't want to see the Bishop Garrigan girls get complacent and start doing some poor fundamentals. And I think Coach Schwab would agree. It's easy to let up in a game like this and not play your best game. And if you get used to playing a B game, you don't want to have that haunt you later.
Crooks back taps to Joyce, and we are underway. Bishop Garrigan wearing black uniforms here tonight with gold numerals, and Eagle Grove in white and purple home uniforms. Again, thank you to everyone tuning in on the stream. We apologize if we have any internet issues, as we had our internet shut off about 5 minutes before tip-off, but hopefully it's back up and functional now as Joyce catches in the near corner, rises for three, it comes up a bit short. Capacious cleans it up, follows back up, but is a little short on that rebound, and it's pulled away by Demery.
Yeah, just a good series right there. Got a good look from Joyce, good rebound from Capacious. Nothing fell, but got to just really turn up the tempo at the beginning of this game.
Bishop Garrigan in a man-to-man defense right off the jump. Kaiser inside. Joyce pokes it away from behind. Picked back up by Kaiser. Turns towards the bucket and puts it in. Joyce thought she was going to track down the loose ball there, but then all of a sudden she got behind Kaiser, and she got the easy floater.
Yeah, Eagle Grove takes a 2-0 lead. We'll see how long that lead stays on the scoreboard.
And inside to Crooks, turns towards the bucket. She gets fouled, and she puts it in. 5 seconds, Beanie.
5 seconds, just like that. It's a tie game, and Audie has a chance to put the Bears in front where they should be against this team. If you look out there on the floor, just looking at the height-wise, the Eagles, I don't think have a player as tall as our shortest player. It would be Abby Capacious, and I don't think the Eagles have anyone that match her in height.
So Crooks is good at the foul line. It's a 3-2 Bishop Garrigan lead here, 1 minute in. 3-2 Golden Bears, as they've won 22 straight against Eagle Grove. If you look back over the past 15 years, and maybe even have won more than that, but all the data we have goes back 15 years, so it has been a long winning streak for the Golden Bears here against these Eagles. Nadia Kaiser tries to bank one in from the elbow, but Grangenet soars in for the rebound and gives to Joyce. Joyce heads towards the bucket and hands it off to Capacious. Dribbles back to the right around the perimeter. Now onto the wing to Grangenet. Weaves around the defense. Kick out to Tigas. Now near side Joyce. A catch and shoot triple. Rattles off. No. Crooks tips it right to herself and flips it out to Grangenet. Grangenet penetrating into the lane. A floater from inside the foul line. No. Crooks cleans the glass and follows it in. 5-2 Garrigan.
Nice job by Audie Crooks. Keeping her feet moving, getting position. Has to keep working all night tonight. Working on that game. You always want to just keep improving, keep improving.
A flip into the lane for Eagle Grove. It's Madison Kaiser working around. Joyce tries to hook it up there, but Joyce gets the rejection, and Grangenet picks it up. Normally it's Crooks in the lane with the blocks, but Molly Joyce joins in the party. As it's a lob on the block to Crooks. She goes off the glass, and Audie Crooks is leading Eagle Grove 7-2.
Boy, all Audie early here, and why not? She's towering above most players on the floor. Easy pickings for the junior.
Eagle Grove down by 5 here, stomping with the basketball. It's Kaiser, hands it off to the player curling around. Braxton Style, the leading scorer, tries to fade away and put one high off the window. No. Rebound is peeled away here by Demery, goes back up with it. She'll be off target, and Crooks rebounds on the far side of the court. Up to Joyce, stops on the wing and gives to Grand Jeanette. Thought about pulling on the 3 there, but flips it inside to Crooks instead with the triple team. Kick out to the top of the key, Joyce. She'll rise on a contested 3. Bounces off left, no. Capacious rebounds, but that was due to a foul against Capacious, so Eagle Grove will get it back.
Way to elevate and go for that rebound. Call is a push there by the official. Abby is very physical, and when you're more physical than the opponent can get a lot of calls on there. Just because it looks like they're getting beat on there. But Abby Capacious is a very physical player.
Callie Style gets the handoff and passes to the top of the key to Madison Kaiser, the lone scorer so far tonight for Eagle Grove. On the left wing, Style now towards the foul line to Braxton Style. A couple Styles in the starting lineup and a couple Kaisers as well. Nadia Kaiser rises for a long 2, but that one is partially blocked and picked up by Meredith Tagus as she gives to Joyce. Joyce flips inside to Crooks, kick out to Capacious, rotation to Joyce, back inside to Crooks quickly, out to Grand Jeanette as the ball is flying around. Grand Jeanette floats from the baseline, a little bit off the back iron, and again Capacious went over the top and fouled on the rebound.
Yeah, that's a couple shots by Grand Jeanette already in this game, and that's great to see. In a mismatch game like this, it's probably a great game to get your not typical scorers like Grand Jeanette. Get them shooting the ball, and here we see Montag and Ashlyn Hovey come in the game. Get those players that aren't named Crooks, Capacious, and Joyce, get them involved in the offense, give them some confidence, and hopefully that will pay off dividends in the long run.
And that was an interesting looking possession for the Golden Bears as well. Just quick touch passes all around and ending with that shot of Grand Jeanette, even though it didn't go in again. Always fascinating to see what Coach Schwab draws up in these top of Iowa West games as he tries to prepare the team for a possible state championship run. Kaiser on the left wing now down to the baseline, trying to get away from pressure is Style. She'll give it back to Madison Kaiser. Now out to Callie Style. 4:08 on the clock, 7-2 Golden Bear lead. To the right of center, it's Chloe Style. Looks towards the right and flips it over to Kaiser. Now down into the near corner right beneath us to Chloe Style. It's Madison Kaiser now working 2-jumper from Braxton Style, and she swishes it to make it 7-4.
Very impressive keeping all the Styles separate there, Tyler. Nice shot by Style on that one. Good jump shot.
Bishop Garrigan will answer for Joyce triple, and she splashes it right through to make it 10-4.
Just a pretty shot. It seems like she swishes her first 3 of every game. Let's hope that hot shooting continues for the junior Joyce.
Eagle Grove may not be able to answer for a lot of three-pointers as they've only made a couple of them so far this season, and now a jump ball is going to be called here on the defense by Bishop Garrigan. Possession arrow is towards Eagle Grove, so they'll keep it here.
Good active hands in that man-to-man defense. I'm sure Coach Schwab, one of the reasons he wants to play that man-to-man, just get them more aggressive, work on that defensive fundamentals, and as you said, as you asked, a great question in the pregame interview, Tyler, how do you assess that rebounding going from 2-3 to man-to-man? And so far, Bears are doing a nice job in man-to-man recognizing ball position.
Used man-to-man heavily against Belmont Clemmy as Joyce almost has a steal. Stopping for a long 2 is Kaiser. It's off the back of the iron, and Montag boxes out for the rebound.
And there it is right there. Man-to-man rebounding, Montag gets position.
A flip inside to Crooks, right from Joyce. Crooks lays it off the glass and scores it. 12-4 Bishop Garrigan.
Joyce gets that ball up the floor so fast as long as Audie is there, gets up the floor. Easy 2-man game for Joyce and Crooks.
And another takeaway here from Bishop Garrigan as that one is thrown wildly into the lane and picked up by Joyce. Joyce to the wing, high lob to Crooks, catches again in traffic. This time she's short. And rebound here for Eagle Grove.
Almost a carbon copy of the last play. Joyce just pushing the tempo, looking for Crooks inside.
Chloe Style drives to the bucket. Crooks avoids the foul, but Styles long on the rebound anyways. And it comes out to the weak side to Hovey.
That time Crooks came over to help. Montag got beat off the dribble there. Nice take to the basket by Eagle Grove. Improvement shown.
Now Montag will catch and fire from a near side triple. It's off the back of the iron, though, and Callie Style rebounds. 2:16 on the clock, 12-4 Bishop Garrigan. They've swept their way through the top of Iowa West so far. Eagle Grove, the only opponent that they hadn't seen up to this point in the season. As the handoff goes to Braxton Style, she'll try a rare 3 for Eagle Grove, and she banks it in.
Oh, you gotta love a banked-in three-pointer. The bank threes are the best. Iowa State hit one to win the game the other day, and Eagle Grove hits one tonight to cut the lead to 5.
And I'm sure their coaching staff likes to see them take a couple of threes because so far in this game, they've passed up a couple threes to take long-range twos one step inside the three-point line as it's flipped down to Capacious, now out to Montag, who penetrates off the dribble, goes with the left hand, and puts it in from the center of the lane.
Oh, the left hand is true for Montag. Nice drive to the basket by Montag. And like we talked earlier, getting those off-typical scorers into the game, get them to go into the basket. That's some great confidence.
And Joyce intercepts another pass. She had 4 steals against Belmont Clemmy, bounces it to a wide-open Abby Capacious, and she'll lay it in.
Great tempo by Joyce, and nice job by Capacious sneaking up that side of the floor. The defender didn't even notice Abby was back there, and Joyce makes him pay with a sweet one-handed pass.
Something else Joyce did very well against Belmont Clemmy, 7 assists, and she's doing it here tonight as well. And it looks like we're going to get a 3-second violation called inside here.
Eagle Grove might look to take more three-pointers. I know they just banked that last one, but the three-pointer also creates a lot of long rebounds, and a long rebound goes to usually where Crooks is not, so it might give them a better chance to get the rebounding, even though it's a lower percentage shot.
1 minute on the clock in this first quarter. Ball is flipped into play. Catch and shoot for Braxton Style. Had a foot on the line, but it deflects off to the near side to Joyce on the miss.
There is that long miss, but that might pay off, able to score a few more points.
Joyce maneuvering with the behind-the-back dribble, flips it right to Hovey. Around the way, goes to Montag, penetrates again. She'll get fouled, and she'll head to the line. And I'll tell you what, Beanie, Montag's looking to penetrate off the dribble rather than catch and shoot early here.
Yeah, just no hesitation. I think that's coming from the bench. I think they told Zoe Montag, hey, you've been very successful shooting that three-point shot. This is a good game to work on your drive to the hoop. And she's going to the rack with that left hand. Defenders are not ready for that.
Montag on the first foul shot off the front of the rim. Score stays 16-7 here in favor of Bishop Garrigan.
Ella Muller also into the game here, so Garrigan is playing with a very tall lineup, and Audie Crooks and Ella Muller both standing up over 6 foot.
Second foul shot rims out, and it's rebounded by Demery for Eagle Grove. 41 seconds to go, coming across the Eagle Grove logo at midcourt. That iconic Eagle look employed by several high school teams as it's flipped into the near corner, but intercepted again by Joyce. Joyce will push, and Joyce will pull it back out beyond the three-point line. Now she'll drive on the baseline. She'll float off the glass, and she'll score it.
Oh, I love that move by Joyce. It usually happens off a steal. She comes up the court. She gives up the first drive, brings it back out, and then right back into the basket, and scores the deuce without teams ready for that secondary drive.
In the near corner, right underneath us, it's number 32, Callie Style with the basketball. Bounce pass to Kaiser. Kaiser back beyond the three-point line to Chloe Style. She'll shoot a nice floater from the baseline, and she'll drain it to make it 18-9 as the horn sounds and the first quarter comes to an end. Golden Bears right now doubling up the Eagles here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these sports club members.
Algona Frame and Auto Body Collision Specialist, a total commitment to excellence.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Dump It, commercial and residential garbage. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Hy-Vee, use the fuel saver, fill your cart, fuel your car.
Algona Livestock Auction, Highway 169 North, sale every Monday.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farmers State Bank, proud to be part of our community for 125 years, with offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Bishop Garrigan 18, Eagle Grove 9 here on Hometown Radio KLGA and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as Golden Bears start the second quarter with the basketball. Abby Capacious flips left to Molly Joyce, dribbles around the screen from Crooks into a three-pointer, but it's off the back of the iron, and Joyce chases down the long rebound.
Boy, Joyce has got about 5 steals already. She just picked up a rebound. She's filling up the stat sheet.
Joyce whips it into Crooks, goes into the double team, and she'll be fouled and head to the line here for 2 shots.
You know, this game goes back a long time. These schools, not very far distance-wise, and they had many years where they played against each other in the North Central Conference. That started in about 93-94 season, and the year both of them decided to leave the North Central Conference at the same time and go over this top of Iowa West Conference. So these teams certainly have played a lot of ball against each other in the past.
Crooks swishes on the first foul shot, and it's 19-9.
Now the official having some words with Audie Crooks. They're chit-chatting about something. I think he was just stalling so they could get that sub to the bench and get her into the game. I think he knew the Eagle Grove coach wanted a sub, and why not go talk to Audie Crooks for a while in between shots?
You're right, as Crooks swishes both foul shots. Those are both perfect. That's a good catch by you, because I was thinking that's a really benign play right there for them to be talking to Crooks about anything.
Yeah, and a very strange time to talk to a player if you don't like the way she's playing physical or something. It's such a weird time to do it. But nope, all because of the sub coming in.
Styles off target on the mid-range J as Joyce passes left to Grand Jeanette. Now back top of the key to Joyce. She'll pull the trigger on a triple, and she'll bury it again. Molly Joyce's second three of the night.
Nice shot, Molly. Eagle Grove was pushing the tempo there, took a shot immediately, and when they do that, boy, that just gives the Bears the ball right back. They're not looking to run any time. Here goes another shot.
Launching a three over Crooks, but that's long for Braxton Style, but the long rebound goes to Eagle Grove. Style tries again. That one clanks off the glass. Offensive board, Chloe Style got it poked away on the baseline, and she touched it last, so ball back to Bishop Garrigan.
Well, I can't fault them for taking those shots. They are wide open jump shots, and Coach Schwab, of course, happy to let them shoot those long-range jumpers, as their shooting percentage is not great. And the Garrigan girls just packing in there, getting that rebound.
Eagle Grove has taken some difficult shots tonight. People might look at the 9 points and say, wow, Eagle Grove scoring a little more than expected against Bishop Garrigan. As Joyce, a catch-and-shoot near-side triple. No, Capacious sails in for the rebound and tips it to Grand Jeanette. In fact, there was one game last year where Bishop Garrigan beat Eagle Grove 60-10, so Eagle Grove's almost there already. A scoop underneath to Grand Jeanette. She has no room to shoot it, so she'll pass it back out to Tigges. Tigges takes one dribble left and throws it back to the right to Joyce. But just to finish up that point, the 9 points have come on some high-difficulty shots that have banked in, for better or worse, as Joyce weaves into the lane and is able to drop another one in.
I think that's a great possession for Bishop Garrigan. They showed patience. They worked the ball around. They ran that baseline a little bit. Crooks is looking for Grand Jeanette down low on that nice assist, but showing some good patience, getting a good shot and a bucket as timeout is called on the floor.
Timeout Eagle Grove, and this is a great time to thank some of our sponsors who make tonight's video streaming possible, and that includes Chemna Auto, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman. Algona Municipal Utilities, where they're community-owned for community benefit. And Families of Bishop Garrigan High School, all sponsoring video streaming here on KLGA and KLGZ's YouTube page. Of course, we also have Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, as they now sponsor the scoreboard. But a nice night if you like basketball here. Of course, Beanie, you and I are here at Eagle Grove with this game. We also have Brian Wilson filling in. He's over at Algona right now. That game's on the Z, KLGZ 98.5 FM, if anyone wants to check in there.
Yes, tomorrow's impending weather is making schools juggle all their schedules around. A lot of schools already calling it. But a lot of sports going on tonight to enjoy.
Yeah, Algona had to move their game up to Thursday night, so they're facing Hampton Dumont Cal over there. Here, Bishop Garrigan trying to stay perfect in the top of Iowa West, where they've won 39 of their last 40 games. Ball hits Joyce on the head off the deflection, but it stays with Eagle Grove on the fortunate bounce. Style on the near side, it drives against Capacious, kicks it into the near corner, but it went right through Kaiser and out of bounds.
So that time, Eagle Grove showing some patience, trying to work their offense, work around for a good shot coming out of that timeout. But as it is, when you struggle, they ended up throwing the ball away, which is sometimes they just want to take that first open look that they get.
Capacious on the far side of the court comes back to the left to Grand Jeanette, near side Joyce. High flip to Capacious, who went through the back door, and she got fouled. Garrigan set that one up perfectly because Crooks was in the middle of the lane, and it looked like the pass was going to her, but Capacious just kind of snuck in there from behind and got fouled.
Yes, when they run that play, Crooks, because she demands so much attention in the lane, she's already getting double-teamed, so she's sandwiched by two players, and then she acts like a screen, picking up a third player, and then they get that pass right over the top of Crooks to Abby. It's kind of a cool play. I like when they run that one.
Capacious drains the foul shot. She's number 9 in the top of Iowa West in free throw shooting at 68%. And she, I love it, I point this out every time, has that old school jump shot from the foul line, and she connects again. But hey, whatever makes you feel comfortable shooting free throws, that's how you do it.
You know, that's right. We get so caught up in the way they're supposed to look, but if you're making your free throws, shoot the way you make them. That's the most important part.
With the ball, it's Demery. She'll try a long two over Tigges, but she blocks it. Crooks outlets to Grand Jeanette, trying to chase it down. Picks it up just in time, but it's a little strong on the layup. Capacious with the follow, rolls off the rim, and Braxton Style has the rebound.
Missed a couple bunnies. That'll frustrate those players. Both Capacious and Grand Jeanette are thinking, I could have had two there, and that's a chance missed.
Now with the basketball, heading to the left, it's Demery. Now back to the near side. Madison Kaiser dribbles towards the corner, flips it back to Braxton Style. Crooks defends out near the three-point line, which you've seen a few times here tonight. Now pass goes backwards to Kaiser, about halfway in between the three-point line and the logo. She'll now head to the right as Joyce sticks of her like glue. A flip down low to Kaiser. Fades away against Capacious. Off the back of the iron. Crooks rebounds in the lane. She immediately looked for the outlet pass, but got it backwards to Joyce.
She did. Seeing the floor well on defensive. She's doing a nice job. She goes out there. They're trying to draw her out. She's going out to the three-point line, but she's not going to. She's going to let them shoot that shot. She's keeping her shot blocking position ready.
Now Crooks catches it.
But I don't think that's exactly what Bishop Garrigan was looking for on that shot. If they cut a little harder, they can get that Grand Jeanette pass open down low. She's got to be a little crisper on that execution.
Braxton Style works towards the left. Helped with Tigas. Now it's given to Demery. Demery passes it beyond the three-point line to Style. She's off to the left on a three-pointer, and Crooks grabs the rebound. And Crooks will go ahead and play point guard and bring it across half court. A flip into the far corner to Capacious. Now back to Crooks. To the near side, Grand Jeanette heading to the right around the three-point line and the give to Tigas. Whips it to Capacious. Around the Tigas screen. Flashes into the lane. Tried to float one up there, but that one came up way short and was rebounded by Style.
That's an interesting look. I don't think I've seen Garrigan play 5 out this entire season. That time with Crooks bringing the ball up the floor, they just kind of went 5 out. Got a nice drive to the hoop. It was a good look at the basket. Just didn't go.
Demery almost got that ball peeled away from Tigas. Now she's sandwiched in between Joyce and Tigas, and Molly Joyce able to force the jump ball as Bishop Garrigan will now bring 3 substitutions. Ella Mahler, Ashlyn Hovey, Zoe Montag in. Joyce, Crooks, and Tigas. We'll check that Tigas started towards the bench, but Grand Jeanette might be going instead. And now we will appear to have a timeout here called on the floor. So 27-9, the Bishop Garrigan lead. 3:08 on the clock and a full timeout. So we'll come back after the timeout, get you updated of who's on the floor next here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
With over a decade of experience, Jake Ingalls Electric is here to handle any electrical job you could possibly have. From anything agricultural related to complex commercial wiring to something simple like installing a new outlet in your home. Jake Ingalls Electric does it all. Have your wiring done right and call Jake at 515-320-4286. Jake Ingalls Electric, shockingly good service.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Bishop Garrigan on a 9-0 run, leading Eagle Grove 27-9 right now. Tyler Lance, Beanie Bodie here on Hometown Radio. And Capacious steals the ball immediately coming out of the timeout. Blows past everyone and lays it in from the near side. 29-9 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, with Molly Joyce on the bench, Capacious right off the bat for an easy 2.
Players on the floor, Ashlyn Hovey, Zoe Montag, Abby Capacious, Ella Mahler, and Emma Grand Jeanette for Bishop Garrigan. So Mahler's effectively trying to play the Crooks scoreless there to begin the quarter as Grand Jeanette passes near side to a catch-and-shoot 3 for Hovey. No, but Capacious rebounds in between 2 players, and she'll flip it back out to Montag. Works towards the left. Now down low to Grand Jeanette. Was in between everyone and gets the layup.
Oh, another beautiful assist. Nice pass from Montag to Grand Jeanette. Good ball movement. If you move the ball around fast enough, long enough, something's going to open up right under the hoop there, just like you saw the Bears pull off.
You know, and Coach Schwab told me recently he's been challenging his team to get some more assists. He felt they didn't have enough against Forest City and West Hancock as Mahler rejects the shot right back into Demery's hands, and it's blocked again. Grand Jeanette picks up the basketball as Mahler playing some stingy interior defense.
Yeah, double blocks for Mahler. Nice job by Ella coming off the bench. Has worked. She's a senior, doesn't get a lot of playing time because she's behind an all-state captain.
Back inside, Grand Jeanette, no, gets her own miss, just kind of scoops it up, no, but Mahler follows, and on a third effort, Bishop Garrigan gets it in, 33-11.
Ella Mahler having a hot streak here. Let's see if it continues.
And she has kind of been that 8th player off the bench for Bishop Garrigan, trying to fit into that role. You don't always get a lot of time with Audie Crooks in front of you, but Mahler's looking good here so far tonight. To the foul line it goes for Eagle Grove. Now back to the near side to Style on the wing, guarded by Montag. Now down into the corner to Kaiser. Kaiser holds it over her head, dishes it to the cutter, and Kaiser lays it in.
Good execution by Eagle Grove on their man-to-man offense. Garrigan's playing some aggressive man-to-man there, but not used to that, not rotating. Once a player gets beat, you got to have some rotation from the backside to cut off that easy bucket for Eagle Grove.
So Bishop Garrigan will make some substitutions here. Now on the floor, it's going to be Montag, Joyce, Crooks, Hovey, and Mahler. So you get a little bit bigger of a lineup here for the Golden Bears with Mahler and Crooks both in. And right now, Mahler's in the high post, Crooks is in the low post as Mahler catches, flips it to the far side. Joyce, catch and shoot from in front of the Eagle Grove bench as that one rattles out. Mahler had a hand on it, but the rebound got tipped into Style.
Yeah, with that height, Mahler's able to get the hands on a lot of rebounds. She's just got to get those clamps on that.
33-13 Bishop Garrigan as they fell.
An orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
And we are back here at halftime between Bishop Garrigan and Eagle Grove. Right now the Golden Bears hold a 35-15 lead. And as we normally do at halftime, you get a chance to talk with Bishop Garrigan boys head coach Mark Meister. And Coach, let's start for that win on Tuesday night. Just first,
coming out of Christmas break, and we've been in every game, been right there, in overtime. Excited to finally have one of those games where we could just go out and play, and we kind of ran away with it. It was enjoyable for all of us.
And, Coach, it really seemed like you guys were able to dominate in size. Use your size of guys like Jacob Learer, Drew Mahler, Logan Nemmers, just to name a couple of guys. Drew Fogarty was really able to get to the bucket as well, just to name a handful of players there. Can you talk about just being able to physically dominate a game like that?
Well, we said let's have a concerted effort tonight to put it into the paint. They don't shoot very well, so there should be a lot of rebounds on the other end. Well, on our end, then, let's not allow that. Let's out-rebound them. If we're already winning that battle offensively, let's just put it inside. Put it inside, see what happens. Well, we scored pretty efficiently inside. I think we shot around 50% or so. And, that was the ball game. We outscored them in the paint and out-rebounded them by quite a bit. So I think that was the major factor for us.
And, Coach, on the defensive side of things, you faced a couple quick guards on that Belmont-Clemmy team, but you were able to hold them within that 30 to 40-point range. So just defensively, what was working against defending those guys?
Well, we'd kind of been working on our press a little bit. So we had tried that, and we came out at it, and I didn't think we executed it very well. So we kind of stuck with it for a little bit longer than we should have on purpose to see if we could kind of figure it out, and then we didn't. So once we dropped back to our other defense, I think that kind of stymied them a little bit, and they weren't able to get into the paint like they had been doing that previously out of the press.
And, Coach, one thing that really stood out in that game as well, Cal Berkey got a pretty significant amount of, first of all, what was the thinking there, and how much do you anticipating seeing Cal grow his role going forward?
Well, we've been kind of looking for Cal to do that, take some of the load off of Jack, and Jack kind of wasn't quite doing what we needed defensively, and we told Cal, defense main scores, but the other kid looks like he's capable, so we're going to try and, like we usually do, jam some people up, pack it in, not guard some people, make other people beat us that, aren't used to being that player on the floor, so hopefully that works for us tonight.
All right, Coach, and just as we wrap up here, is there one thing that you feel would be the number one key tonight to picking up that second win in a row?
I think it's going to be the same thing we kind of talked about. I'm probably a broken record by now on the radio, but our defense leads to our offense, and we can get easier points. Teams can't press us, take us out of our offense. So that's kind of where we want to bring the main intensity, and then we get downhill offensively, and it makes it a little bit easier for us.
No doubt about it. Defense going to be a focus tonight for the Bishop Garrigan boys as they will face Eagle Grove here coming up. Coach, thanks for stopping by, and good luck in tonight's game.
All right, thanks for having me.
Bishop Garrigan head coach Mark Meister here on Hometown Radio KLGA. We'll take a timeout and bring you the second half of the Bishop Garrigan girls game next on Hometown Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More Sports Club members bringing you this broadcast.
Jensen Chiropractic, care for the whole family.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Erpelding Excavating, let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
Farm Bureau Financial Services, coverage and protection for what matters most. Visit with local agents David Weich, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Toll.
Sudol Tax and Accounting, full-service tax and accounting services from the professionals at Sudol Tax and Accounting. Call 395-1040. They see beyond the numbers.
Holmes Animal Clinic, caring for your pets from their location at Highway 18 East. They now have an indoor unit to serve equine, cattle, sheep, and goats. Also on-site boarding for cats and dogs.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, helping families celebrate a life lived.
All members of the Sports Club bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
New Way K&H Cooperative is a diversified partner to you and your community, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation. They serve farmers, non-farm consumers, and commercial businesses by offering quality products and services to match each individual customer's needs. At New Way K&H Cooperative, their customers are their number one priority. Contact them today by calling 1-800-445-4118 to find out how they can put their ingenuity to work for you.
Sports Club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
North Iowa Appliance, Highway 18 East, Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country on Highway 18 West, Algona.
Greg Penning and Company, LLC, your tax service professionals in Algona and Bancroft, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Quality Apartments for Rent. Beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric. Call Neil at 320-0305.
Iowa Lakes Community College. Your community, your college.
Feed Mill Coffee Company in downtown Algona, where community connects.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Iowa did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Bishop Garrigan, big thank you to boys head coach Mark Meister stopping by and having a few words with us as Coach Meister and the Golden Bears will face the Eagles here after the conclusion of this girls' game. Quick first half, Golden Bears right now are up.
Yeah, when they play the 2-3, she does not get very many chances to get a steal at half court and go for the layup. That was cool to see her go for one. She almost got it, but the official was watching her real close as soon as she made some contact there.
And we've really seen Crooks expand her game this season. She's hit a couple three-pointers. She's added to her post-move collection. As heading to the right is Callie Style. Hands the basketball off to Demery. Demery into the corner, back to Style. Style's been handling it pretty much on every possession as Joyce intercepts the pass, and she'll race up the length of the court. Scoop layup, and puts it in.
Another deuce for Molly. I hardly keep up with her as she flies down the court. She has good speed to the basket.
14 points for Molly Joyce as she's coming off of 20 on 8 of 15 shooting against Belmont Clemmy. Crooks had 29 in that one. 4:18 on the clock. Into the near corner. Callie Style. Bishop Garrigan lays off. Now Crooks comes to defend. Style works towards the right around the perimeter. 43-15 Bishop Garrigan. Crooks rejects that shot. And now Montag picks it up and runs. Montag crosses over into the front court. Montag coast to coast. Fights it up and somehow spins it in.
Oh, that's going to put the Garrigan team up big here. Subs are going to come in here in a moment. I bet we see another steal for a layup here as Grand Jeanette playing some hard defense up top.
45-15, and it is a steal by Meredith Tagus. Tagus flips it up to Grand Jeanette. She's wide open, and she'll lay it in.
That's going to force a timeout, full timeout here by Eagle Grove.
So timeout Eagle Grove, 47-15 Bishop Garrigan as they've opened this half on a 12-0 run. We'll take a quick timeout as well right here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
With today's technology, there's no reason to wait by the mailbox for bank statements. Just sign up for internet banking and e-statements. This is Sherry at Security State Bank. E-statements reduce the risks of mail fraud and identity theft. Internet banking allows you to check your balances, see checks and deposits that have cleared, transfer funds between accounts, make payments, and say goodbye to paper filing and shredding. Internet banking and e-statements from Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Bishop Garrigan 47 and Eagle Grove 15 right here on Hometown Radio KLGA and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream brought to you by Chemna Auto, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona State Farm Insurance Agent Billy Offerman, Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit, and families of Bishop Garrigan High School sponsoring sports streaming here on the Algona Radio YouTube. Golden Bears on a 12-0 run. Eagle Grove basketball here coming out of the timeout with 3:40 on the clock, and the Eagles have yet to score in the second half. Golden Bears have Mahler, Crooks, Joyce, Hovey, and Montag on the floor, so Joyce and Crooks plus the three top players off the bench. And Eagle Grove will have it here with Demery handling the basketball. Again, Crooks defends pretty close to the three-point line here. Towards the center of the court comes Style. She has 4 points tonight for the Eagles. Works towards the right. Now it'll be Mahler switching over onto her. Style continues to handle the basketball. Style into the corner to Nadia Kaiser. She'll launch up a three, but she'll travel before she does.
Yeah, Bishop Garrigan man-to-man just switching on all screens. They're having some fun out there, and I think the Eagle Grove team is too. I mean, I know they're getting beat here big, but, you know, this is kind of an open gym situation. Teams are trying out stuff. Girls are trying out stuff. The Eagle Grove player was just trying to create a shot. Good for her. Like, let's just have some fun out there.
Bishop Garrigan probing the 3-2 zone as it's a lob inside to Crooks. Takes one dribble, turns around, fades away, but she's a little short on that one. And rebounds picked up by Chloe Style.
A little pressure here by Joyce.
And ball slipped up the court, almost went out of bounds, but Madison Kaiser tiptoed along the far sideline. Now she'll head to the basket, let Joyce blow right by her, and she'll lay it in.
There we go. There's a good bucket by Kaiser. These Eagle Grove girls have shown some ability to get to the basket.
That'll break up the 12-0 Bishop Garrigan scoring run to start the half as Crooks hands it off on the wing to Hovey. Now top of the key to Joyce. She'll rise for a triple. And that one bounces high in the air and drops right through. Rubber rim for Molly Joyce makes it 50-17.
Around and up and down through. It never happens for me, Tyler. Mine is, I think I have the brick syndrome.
That's because you don't have the same touch Molly Joyce has.
I also don't shoot 1,000 shots like she does.
Molly Joyce helping lead the way for Bishop Garrigan as now Mahler blocks another shot, and Montag gets tied up on the baseline of Style. I'll tell you what, for the limited minutes she's played here tonight, Ella Mahler is compiling some shot blocks.
Yeah, she's having a great game defensively, and she's got a bucket there as well. She's going to, let's watch her the rest of this. She's got a whole quarter, I think, she can get in here and keep improving on those skills.
17 points right now for Molly Joyce, leading the way for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears do have a couple subs in the ball game, as it's a flip towards the near side to Braxton Style, 1:51 on the clock. We'll set you up here in just a moment here for the lineup as the pass is intercepted by Ashlyn Hovey. So right now it's Montag, Hovey, Mahler, as well as Reagan Murphy, who just gets the basketball, and Kaylin Capacious for the Golden Bears. So Coach Schwab emptying out the bench. A three-pointer is launched by Hovey. It's off the front of the rim, knocked away out of bounds, and Montag can't secure it.
You know, Tyler, you know if you watch like a wrestling meet and a match gets over really fast because of a pin or something, the wrestlers run off the mat right away to go work out in the other room. Sometimes you almost think that these Garrigan girls might want to do the same. You know, these starters are probably on the bench for the rest of the fourth quarter. It's like they need to head out and start working in another room.
As a nice fadeaway jumper by Nadia Kaiser banks in to make it 50-19. But you're right, and that's something that I talked to Coach Schwab a lot about last season is, hey, how do you keep everyone conditioned to play 4 quarters in the postseason when, you know, you take the starters out a lot during the third and fourth quarter. Murphy chases down the ball in the backcourt off the deflection of 1:03 on the clock. That storyline has kind of faded away with the tough schedule Bishop Garrigan's played. Montag pulls the trigger on a left wing three, and she drills it.
Yeah, you're right, Tyler. It's hard to stay sharp. You got to keep shooting. You know, I joking earlier, but like Montag and Joyce and all their shooters, Capacious, they shoot thousands and thousands of shots in practice to get these buckets in the game. And, you know, you got to these nights where you spend the whole night playing a game, sometimes you don't get your shots in. So you got to find a way to find the time in his finals week to get your practice in.
Chloe Style rattles on a 2-jumper for Eagle Grove. Handoff goes to Reagan Murphy. On the flip side of that is Montag will try a far side triple, comes up a little short. Rebound gets knocked away, out of bounds, and off of Eagle Grove. The flip side of that is Bishop Garrigan heading into the postseason in any given year. Maybe one of the most rested, if not the most rested team in Class 1A.
Yes, I think you're right. And rest is important. Like you get burned out, you get bogged down. It's a long season. You want to stay fresh, and sometimes it's hard to keep fresh mentally as well as physically to keep getting after it.
Hovey tries another triple. Offensive rebound for Bishop Garrigan, but then Hovey's next pass is intercepted by Eagle Grove. 1 second to go. A half-court heave, and that one is off the mark, and we'll go to the fourth. 53-21, Bishop Garrigan. 8 more minutes of basketball left. Next, here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Iowa. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa High School Athletic Directors Association.
Fourth quarter here from Eagle Grove High School as Bishop Garrigan has the starters back in, and a quick pass to Capacious makes it 55-21.
They are 1 point away here from a running clock, and then we won't get any chances to take breaks, Tyler.
That's right, 35 points is the margin for a running clock, and Golden Bears are right on the doorstep right now, up 55-21. And secondarily to that, Coach Schwab may say, hey, starters, play the first 3 minutes of this quarter as if the score was tied 0-0, and you're going into the start of an intense playoff game. And it's hard to simulate, but sometimes you just have to do things like that. As heading towards the baseline, using the off arm and offensive fouling is Chloe Stile.
Yeah, you can see why Chloe Stile did that, because Emma Grangenet just playing intense defense, and she thought, I got to get this Grangenet off of me, and just extends her arm there, and that is a easy call for the officials. Directly out of the rule book, player can extend their lead arm and elbow into the defending player.
Emma Grangenet deserves some props for her defense. She's been good tonight. Actually had 5 steals in the game against Belmont Clemmy. And she's on the scoreboard right now of 6 points for Bishop Garrigan. A flip to the near side. Molly Joyce attacks the baseline. Tried to whip it to Grangenet. Pass got knocked right into Capacious' hands and lays it in. An assist for Molly Joyce the unconventional way.
Yeah, that's right. Chalk up another assist for Molly. Grangenet leading the fourth quarter so far here.
Clock will run now as Bishop Garrigan has crossed the threshold. Braxton Stile holds the basketball, guarded by Crooks, and gives it to Nadia Kaiser. Kaiser heads to the left, looks for the screen. Capacious stays with her. Ball got briefly jarred loose by Grangenet, but Kaiser hangs onto it. Now back to the center it goes, as with it is Braxton Stile. Holds the basketball, heads towards the right. Takus switches onto her. Takus knocks it away, but Stile chases it down in front of the Eagle Grove bench. Takus knocks it away again, and this time she has it. Quickly gets it to Capacious in transition. Capacious lays it up, and it rolls off the left hand. Takus picks it back up, and Takus will get tied up in a jump ball.
Takus takes a power dribble there. She's going to go right back up with it. Sometimes that power dribble is needed to get a better handle on the ball, but you want to go right back up before they have a chance to tie you up. Boy, going back to that defensive series by Bishop Garrigan, that was interesting. Their defense is putting Crooks way up at the top of the key, and they're trying to screen her, but I would not want to set a screen.
Side of the court, picks up her dribble, and sends it back to Braxton Stile. 60-21 Bishop Garrigan. Boys game coming up next year as we have 4:52 left in this one. Kaiser chases the ball down on the near side of the court. Capacious guards her all the way to half court, picks up her dribble. Timeout Eagle Grove.
Now the timeout will stop the clock. But other than that, the clock will run for the rest of the game. And if you're a player if you like basketball and it doesn't matter what team you're on, the losing team or the winning team, your goal here, don't let the ball go out of bounds. We don't want to have that clock run when there's a dead ball because we want to play. Good rule by the High School Athletic Association to prevent these incredibly huge blowouts that go on forever. But at the same time, you like to play the sport. You want to get some time on the floor.
So 4:44 left on the clock coming out of the timeout, as Bishop Garrigan's 5 starters will remain in here, but likely for not longer. I would have to think the next real stoppage of play will probably result in several of the bench, if not the whole bench, coming in. But the starters will try for one final push here, up 60-21. Eagle Grove will get the basketball into play on the left side, right underneath us to Madison Kaiser. Works towards the right around the perimeter and flips it backwards to Callie Style. Crooks again ventures out beyond the three-point line to defend. Crooks looking for the steal. They screen her. Crooks stays with it. They flip it back to the left to Braxton Style. Style crosses over, gets to the foul line, got it knocked away by Tigas, but a foul. I'll tell you what, some of these screens against Crooks are pretty half-hearted. Like, Crooks is just getting around them very casually.
Yeah, she is. I'd say Jacqueline Demery has been the one that's number 12, has had to screen her the most. And, yeah, she's not willing to throw that whole body in line of fire.
Susie Kaiser into the game for the first time today. Touches the basketball off the inbounds pass. Now it's up top to Callie Style. Crooks comes all the way out again. Crooks trying for the steal, and she knocks it away. It rolls towards the near side. Eagle Grove will let it go out of bounds, and it will stay here with the Eagles. And that is going to be it for the Bishop Garrigan starters. Bench is emptied, as we'll announce who's coming in. It's Zoe Montag as well as Reagan Murphy on the floor as well. Ashlyn Hovey, Ella Mahler, and Kaylin Capacious. Starters are done. Joyce ends of 20. Capacious ends of 8. Grand Jeanette 8. Crooks 13. And that is how the starters wrap up here in this one for Bishop Garrigan with 3:33 left. 60-21. Bishop Garrigan. It's Style. Now Montag will defend. And Montag, quick hands, knock the pass right back into the lap of Style. Gives the basketball up here. Working towards the near side is Susie Kaiser. Pass to the foul line. Now a bullet towards the short corner. Jumper's on the way, and a foul called here against Bishop Garrigan with 3:14.
Kaylin Capacious closing out on the shot. Good closeout. She got a hand in the face, but her momentum carried her body into the shooter. That's one of those things that coaches are always working on, defensive closeouts. A hand in the face goes a long ways to disrupting a shot.
Chloe Stiles' foul shot rattles out, as Eagle Grove will bring Fatima Galvan into the ball game here. Callie Style exits. The foul line is not a place where Eagle Grove has been a whole lot here tonight, which is good for Bishop Garrigan, especially with how aggressively they've attempted to play here on defense. Free throws are split, and the score is 60-22.
But kudos to the Garrigan girls. I really appreciate them playing man-to-man. I know they play the 2-3.
Montag airballs a 3 as it heads out of bounds back to Eagle Grove.
As a basis of their team defense, but playing man-to-man tonight, previously against Belmont Clemmy, it makes those girls focus on their individual footwork, getting their hands up. I think that's going to really improve their overall team D in the long run.
Driving inside, missing on the layup that time is Kaiser. Will pass it backwards to Susie Kaiser as Nadia Kaiser missed initially, and Mahler uses her long reach to get that rebound.
Yeah, she picks up a rebound. Ella Mahler's filling up her personal stat sheet tonight.
Yeah, I've counted 3 blocks, and unless I've missed one, still a very good night for her. Murphy will take a long 2-jumper for foot on the line. That one will airball and head out of bounds along the near side with 2:22 and ticking to go.
Now Elena Casey is coming in the game for Ashlyn Hovey. And, get those substitutes going, get that ball back in because the clock is running and these kids want to play as Eagle Grove makes another substitution.
Leslie Utira Mendez checks into the ball game for Eagle Grove. First time tonight we'll see her. And done for the night is Braxton Style. As both teams have brought in the reserves here. Down to the final 1:55 to go in this one. Golden Bears heading towards beating every team in the conference as a foul line jumper banks in for Nadia Kaiser. Lone starter left as Eagle Grove has a very short bench, so they always have to have at least one starter in the game. 1:41 on the clock, 60-24 as Montag flips it to the near side to Casey. Now back up top Montag. Rotates it over to Murphy. Now lobs it into the high post to Mahler. It's a little off her reach, though, as it trickles away to Eagle Grove.
Yep, set play, just forced that pass a little bit. Eagle Grove had it sniffed out and pinched off Mahler.
Style dribbles near the logo with 1:21 to go. Again, don't forget the boys' game is coming up next as Bishop Garrigan looks for their 3rd win of the season. Now up top, and a steal. It's taken by Murphy. Murphy weaving, one-on-one, stopping for the jumper and rejected by Chloe Style. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Murphy, and that was fantastic defense there by Style.
Yeah, great steal by Murphy. She had the run out, but Style hustles, gets her body in front of Murphy, just like you want to do defensively. Force Murphy to pull up for the jump shot instead of the easy run-out layup that Murphy's accustomed to.
Now to Tara Mendez with the basketball, down into the far corner to Susie Kaiser. Kaiser finds the cutter. It's Nadia Kaiser. She'll miss. It'll deflect out of bounds, but off of Bishop Garrigan here with 40 seconds to go. From the baseline on the near side underneath us, Nadia Kaiser to trigger. Bounces into Tara Hernandez. Blocked by Ella Mahler. Fourth time tonight she has erased a shot.
The rejections just keep coming for Ella Mahler. Here comes Elena Casey with a shot.
Casey tries a three. That one banks off the glass and is picked up by Galvan for the Eagles. 60-24. Final 18 seconds in this one. Chloe Style and what is likely the last offensive possession for Eagle Grove, trying to find one more bucket. Style down to the foul line to Nadia Kaiser, turns towards the bucket, guarded by Mahler of 6 seconds. She'll rise up for a jumper. That one will deflect to the near side, and it's rebounded by Casey with 1 second to go. And there's the final buzzer. Bishop Garrigan has now beaten every single team in the top of Iowa West this season with a 60-24 win over Eagle Grove. They stay perfect in the conference, moving to 8-0, 10-3 overall record, as Eagle Grove now drops to 2-11. They are 1-8 in conference play. So that wraps it up for the girls. We'll take a quick timeout here, recap the girls' game, and then we'll get you ready for the guys' game next, right here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
For Sports Club members, bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Rental Zone, Highway 18 East in Algona. The tool and equipment rental phone 395.
Creative about dance. Visit their studio at 1400 East Commercial in Algona or Dance Connection.
Located at 502 South Phillip Street.
Signworks for all your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Farm and Home Services. Check their mini listings at
also available.
TAFE Wellness Center. Dr. Shane TAFE. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Located at 105 South Phillip Street in Algona.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Iowa did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Sports Club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
North Iowa Appliance, Highway 18 East Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country on Highway 18 West, Algona.
Greg Penning and Company, LLC, your tax service professionals in Algona and Bancroft, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Quality Apartments for rent. Beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric. Call Neil at 320-0305.
Iowa Lakes Community College. Your community, your college.
Feed Mill Coffee Company in downtown Algona, where community connects.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
And we are back here to wrap up Bishop Garrigan versus Eagle Grove, as it's the Golden Bears taking a 60-24 win here on Hometown Radio KLGA and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Tyler Lance, Beanie Bodie, as we give a quick thank you here to our sponsors of the stream, which include Chem the Auto, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman. Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit, and families of Bishop Garrigan, all sponsors of sports streaming here on the Algona Radio YouTube page. Also a thank you to Greg Company and Penning, certified public accountants, as they sponsor the scoreboard. But again, 60-24 final score as the Golden Bears pick up their 10th win of the season, and they are now perfect in conference play, continuing that great stretch they've had here against top of Iowa West opponents if you date it back several years. And Beanie, 60-24, maybe not super impressive on paper, but Golden Bears did what they had to do, used their bench tonight, came in, tried some man-to-man defense again for the second consecutive games, and you can tell they're just really working on different things and trying to make this a well-rounded team throughout the year.
They've had some intense games recently, and they were able to relax a little bit tonight and just go out and play, and I think they had some fun, and that's as important as anything. You like playing basketball. That's why you're out to play basketball on the team. You just want to have some fun. I think they had some fun tonight, but I do think they got a lot better. I really like what they're doing playing this man-to-man defense. It's great to see Audie Crooks guarding up top. It's great to see Molly Joyce harassing the guard, but all the other players as well, working on their footwork, getting their hands active. All those fundamental skills translate back to their 2-3 when they inevitably go back to a 2-3. Or maybe they'll just fall in love with the man-to-man and start playing it all the time because it's fun.
That's right. You never know what could happen throughout the course of the season. And one other thing I noticed from Bishop Garrigan, not only tonight, but really in that Belmont-Clemmy game as well, it seems like the Golden Bears are making a concerted effort to look for that long outlet pass again that kind of seemed to go missing early stretches during this season, and sometimes that's just because the opposing team is playing good defense. But they had a few nice outlets tonight, led to open layups, did that on Tuesday as well against Belmont-Clemmy, and we're starting to see a little bit more of that high-paced team that maybe didn't always appear in the first half of the season.
That's right. It all starts with that rebounding, that defensive rebounding for the quick outlet pass. But, as much as they want to run and push the tempo, and we saw it tonight, they get the ball up the floor so fast. Other teams are trying to slow them down. So you have to overcome what the other team is trying to do against you, and that's easier said than done, depending on the pace and flow of the game. But this has been a good week for the Bears. Belmont playing sharp, tonight playing sharp. Improvement game by game, working towards a goal. And like we said during the broadcast, it's a long season. It's hard to stay sharp, especially we're taking finals at Bishop Garrigan this week. Finals test on the mind. I'm sure the girls and Coach Schwab are glad they're not playing Newell Fonda tomorrow night at the end of a finals week. So a very fortunate schedule to play Belmont and Eagle this week.
You're absolutely right. And one other thing Coach Schwab challenged of his team was to distribute the ball a little bit more, pick up a few more assists. And again, he told us in that Belmont-Clemmy game he was happy with some of the distribution going on there. And once again tonight, it seemed like there was some activity, some ball movement for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. And, just once again, you're working on the small parts of your team and trying to develop them in games like this. And you don't always look at the final score. You pick an aspect of the team. Hey, how's our passing tonight?
That's right.
How's our rebounding tonight? How's the man-to-man defense instead of working the 2-3 zone? Just small aspects, and you evaluate how that went.
Well, and you got to get excited about that, too. You got to get excited about someone making a good hard cut to the basket and your teammates seeing the open pass and making the assist. Like, that's exciting for a team that spends so much time working on plays, working on defensive skills, shooting. It's just fun to see it all come together. And it's going to be super awesome if it can come together in a big game.
So we'll take a look at a couple final scoring numbers for the Golden Bears in the unofficial Tyler scorebook as Molly Joyce leads the way with 20 points. Other starters included Abby Capacious with 8, Emma Grand-Jeanette with 8, Audie Crooks with 13, and Zoe Montag came in with 7 off the bench. So that was some of the scoring for Bishop Garrigan here tonight as they take this one by a final of 60-24. Again, a big thank you to everyone tuning in on our YouTube live stream. Again, we do appreciate your patience here tonight. We've been informed we've had some internet issues and a little buffering, but internet signal is a little bit weak in this gym here tonight, so we are doing the best we can to maintain a smooth stream for you here in this game. But look forward to the next game, Bishop Garrigan boys against Eagle Grove, and we'll talk about that one here in a few minutes. But first, we'll get a few more words from our sponsors and then get you ready for game number 2 of basketball action next here on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
With over a decade of experience, Jake Ingalls Electric is here to handle any electrical job you could possibly have. From anything agricultural related to complex commercial wiring to something simple like installing a new outlet in your home, Jake Ingalls Electric does it all. Have your wiring done right and call Jake at 515-320-4286. Jake Ingalls Electric, shockingly good service.
With today's technology, there's no reason to wait by the mailbox for bank statements. Just sign up for internet banking and e-statements. This is Sherry at Security State Bank. E-statements reduce the risks of mail fraud and identity theft. Internet banking allows you to check your balances, see checks and deposits that have cleared, transfer funds between accounts, make payments, and say goodbye to paper filing and shredding. Internet banking and e-statements from Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these sports club members.
Algona Frame and Auto Body Collision Specialist, a total commitment to excellence.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Dump It, commercial and residential garbage. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Hy-Vee, use the fuel saver, fill your cart, fuel your car.
Algona Livestock Auction, Highway 169 North, sale every Monday.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farmers State Bank, proud to be part of our community for 125 years, with offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Or sports club members, bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Rental Zone, Highway 18 East in Algona. The tool and equipment rental specialist. Phone 395-RENT.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio at 1400 East Commercial in Algona or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Daylight Donuts, open early, serving yummy donuts, rolls, and great coffee. Located at 502 South Phillips Street.
Signworks for all your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Farm and Home Services. Check their mini listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Pizza Ranch. Eat in or delivery. Catering also available.
TAFE Wellness Center. Dr. Shane TAFE. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Located at 105 South Phillips Street in Algona.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
I loved playing high school sports. I loved the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, all the pageantry, and I wanted to keep playing. But I graduated. No colleges called, and neither did the pros. So, to stay close to the game I loved, I decided to become a high school official. You know, a referee. When I played high school sports, I learned the importance of integrity, good sportsmanship, and respect for the rules. Now, as a high school official, I get to help model these same values to others. Maybe the colleges and the pros didn't call, but the kids in Iowa did. And now, I'm enjoying the competition, the camaraderie, the bands, the crowds, and all the pageantry of high school sports all over again.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
We get ready for game number 2 of our basketball doubleheader as Bishop Garrigan gets set to face Eagle Grove. 2 teams looking for a jump start to their season, but Bishop Garrigan may have gotten it on Tuesday for their second win of the year. Golden Bears coming in at 2-10, Eagle Grove at 1-11 coming into tonight's matchup, and both teams, Beanie, are looking at this game as, hey, this is one we really have a chance to win.
Yeah, you go into some contests if you're either Bishop Garrigan or Eagle Grove knowing that the chances of a win are pretty unlikely, but tonight, both teams have a chance. Garrigan's got to be hungry, coming off 2 wins, chance to put another one in the column. And Eagle Grove likewise looks at that Garrigan record and thinks, hey, these might be some guys that we can knock off. They got their first win against Belmont Clemmy, and that's got to motivate them to get another one, getting a little taste of the victory here. And as they shoot the ball in the shoot-around, they got a lot of good shooters. I see a lot of spheres going through the hoop.
So both teams warming up out there right now, Bishop Garrigan and Eagle Grove. And speaking of beating Belmont Clemmy, here's your stat of the night. So these two teams this season are a combined 3-0 against Belmont Clemmy. They are 0-21 against everyone else. Poor Broncos. But just goes to show here, it's been a little bit of a struggle early on for these teams. Both of them are really kind of rebuilding the program and trying to get back to some of the older days. Now, Eagle Grove, they have improved from last season. They did not win any games last year, went 0-22. So that win against Belmont Clemmy earlier this season was a huge win for the program, and you never want to overstate the presence of one win, but for guys who went a whole calendar year without winning a game, picking up that win was so huge for them. And again, they come into tonight's game, they feel Garrigan's a team they can knock off, but it's going to be tough because Garrigan was very, very physical inside against Belmont Clemmy, and if they can do the same thing tonight against Eagle Grove, that will be a formula for success.
Oh, that's a good point, Tyler, because Eagle Grove does not seem to have a lot of tall nor big physical bodies out there. And the other night, Garrigan went through with a very powerful lineup at times with both Logan Nemers and Jacob Lear in the paint, and Andrew Fogarty really played physical inside, taking the ball to the hoop. That could be another recipe for success tonight against a smaller Eagle Grove team. But the Eagle Grove team, as you said, Tyler, they've got nothing to lose. Going 32 games without a win, and they finally get one. Nothing to lose every time you step on the floor if you're a team like Eagle Grove. And Bishop Garrigan started off this season coming off such successful seasons previously, feeling like they had to win, and they didn't win. And now with a lot of losses under their belt, I think they're starting to play also without any chip on their shoulder, with nothing to lose, and that makes them a much better team, much more aggressive and much more likely to win a couple here as we go down the stretch.
So Golden Bears have been improving their level of basketball. They had 3 close losses in a row, all by single digits, prior to that win over Belmont Clemmy on Tuesday. Also in that win, they matched their season high in points, going to the 75-point mark for the second time this year. So again, we'll see if the Golden Bears can continue to improve on offense and have the defense to match as well. When we talked to Coach Meister at the halftime of the girls' game, he said the defense has to lead the offense. We need stops on defense, and that's going to have to provide us the energy we need to go forward on offense. So that is what we're looking for here tonight. They're getting ready to introduce the starters, so we'll step aside here for 1 minute, let them do that, and come back next here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
More Sports Club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Catholic Charities, offering professional counseling service, growing satisfied customers.
American Glass, for all your glass needs. Think American.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, serving Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, massage, nutritional care, and physical therapy services.
Dr. Bill Stroman, giving you something to smile about.
Jake Ingalls Electric, for shockingly good service, call 320-4286.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
More basketball here for you on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Starters are being introduced right now, so let's go ahead and take a look for ourselves. And maybe Bishop Garrigan has found the starting lineup that they want to go with going forward, because this is the same group they used in that Belmont Clemmy game. And that group is Logan Nemers, Jack Grandjeanette, Ryan Noonan, Drew Mahler, and Drew Fogarty. They've been bringing Jacob Lear off the bench lately, kind of flipping him in and out with Nemers. On the other side of things, Eagle Grove will have Tate Richardson, Drake Canavan, Jordan Morris, Jackson Morris, and Cale Wildering in their starting lineup for tonight. Golden Bears wearing their black road uniforms, gold lettering and numbering on them. Eagle Grove, home whites, purple trim down the side, purple letters with a yellow border around. At midcourt, it's going to be Logan Nemers, 6'4", as he's going to go up against Caravan at 6'3". For the tip. Ball is in the air. Caravan skies over Nemers, tips it backwards, but Mahler took it right away, and Golden Bears will start with the basketball. Into the near corner, Noonan tried to dump it inside the Logan Nemers, and nice play by Richardson to cut off the pass and then scoop it back into play for the Garrigan turnover.
Well, kind of 2 turnovers right off the bat, although the first one was off a jump ball. So I think that could be a common theme tonight. Which team is going to take care of this basketball?
Corner pocket 3 is long for Richardson, and Garrigan comes out with it. Noonan on the wing, up to the top to Grandjeanette, and Grandjeanette lost his balance and stumbled a little bit. That'll be a travel and a turnover for the Golden Bears.
Well, that is not not what Grand Jeanette meant to do. He hangs his head a little bit, but you just got to shake that one off, Jack. It doesn't happen very often. You pick up a turnover like that. But as I said earlier, gotta be wary of those turnovers. Every possession precious here, especially in the early going.
Morris, the young 5'9" freshman, handles the basketball, pulls up for the top of the key triple. It's off the back of the iron. Morris spins and grabs the long rebound. Richardson has it on the near side, down into the corner. Morris tries again. He's long on the three. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and that one will be off of Cale Wildering, back to Bishop Garrigan.
Well, Morris, the freshman, clearly has the green light. He shot three-pointers here in the first minute of the game.
And it's a little bit of a zone pressure here from Eagle Grove, but Bishop Garrigan breaks it up to Nemmers. He's wide open as he spins away from Richardson and lays it in for the first points of the night.
Nice job by Bishop Garrigan breaking that press. That's the risk of Eagle Grove. If they play that press and it gets broken, it's an easy bucket on the other end.
A flip down to the short corner to Richardson. He'll rise for two, and he airballs it. It goes into Drew Fogarty's hands, and Fogarty is hit in the face and fouled as he rebounds.
Well, that's a good inside presence by Fogarty. He's a physical player. Go in there, get position, get those defensive rebounds. If Eagle Grove is going to shoot the ball so quickly, you can't give up any offensive rebounds to them. Got to be strong on the defensive boards.
Fogarty up to the top of the key Nemmers, rotates right wing to Noonan, now corner to Grand Jeanette. He'll rise for a triple. That one deflects far towards the near side, and it's chased down by Fogarty. Up to the top to Noonan, heads towards the elbow, rises for a jumper, no. Fogarty rebounds, back up with it, no. And Canavan has the rebound.
Well, starting off a little cold on the shooting end, but if they keep getting rebounds so dominantly, they're just dominating the boards at this point. They'll get some putbacks.
Like you said in the pregame, Beanie, size advantage Bishop Garrigan tonight. Richardson just to the right of center, gives it left to Canavan. Canavan, a leading scorer, will rise for a triple of his own. Rims out, and Fogarty rebounds on the strong side. Up to Noonan. Noonan will stop and flip it back up top to Grand Jeanette, but he airmailed them as that ball will sail into the backcourt and out of bounds.
Well, so far, rebounds about 6 for Bishop Garrigan. Turnovers about 4 for Bishop Garrigan. They'd like one stat, but not the other one. But both teams pretty cold shooting at this point. No one seems to take that lid off the bucket. Just 2-0, 2 minutes into the game.
Up to the top to Richardson, now back to the far side, Morris. Morris, the freshman at the green light, hands up to Canavan, drives against Hollis Bodie, who just checked in. With the basketball right of center, rising for a three is Wildering, and he'll swish that to give Eagle Grove the 3-2 lead.
Well, he takes the lid off for Eagle Grove, and now they put a little press on Grand Jeanette.
Eagle Grove, not a team that's taken a lot of three-pointers in the past, but that's increased greatly this season as Mahler tries a floater from the edge of the paint. That one rims out. Mahler hustles and dives and gets back on the rebound, and he'll be swarmed and a jump ball will be forced, but Drew Mahler had no business getting that rebound, and he at least forced a jump ball.
I think he was so angry at himself for missing that little running jumper, which is a good shot for Drew. He makes that often. He wanted to get that ball back. Nice job by the freshman there.
5:26 on the clock, 3-2 Eagle Grove lead. Up the far side of the court, it's Morris. Morris flips it in front of the Bishop Garrigan bench to Wildering, now back to Morris on the left wing. Flashes across the foul line and bounces it near side to Richardson. Richardson tries to heave across the court pass to Canavan, who reaches up with one hand to catch it. Sidesteps into a three-pointer, and he cans that one. 6-2 Eagle Grove.
Another nice three-point shot by the Eagles.
Up the court to Mahler. Bishop Garrigan breaks the press. Left wing Fogarty. Oh, and Fogarty thought about pulling the trigger on the three, then changed his mind to a pass, but in doing so, he traveled.
Oh, just a little, yeah. Hard to keep those feet when you change from shooting to passing. You want to move your feet too, just a natural instinct. Racks up another turnover for the Bears. Their defense is all over the place. They got to lock it down.
Around the perimeter it goes to Wildering, back to the top of the key, Morris. He'll try a three, and Jackson Morris makes it 9-2. 3 3-pointers for Eagle Grove.
A little bit confused on who's guarding who. You can't really tell. They seem to be playing kind of an amoeba runaround.
And now a knock away on the press. Running, getting into the lane, putting it up, and putting it in as Canavan through contact to make it 11-2. Timeout Bishop Garrigan. Not the start the Golden Bears wanted. 11-0 Eagle Grove run.
No, and a big cheer out of the Eagle Grove bench. They're pumped, and the crowd is pumped. They like what they see. 11-2 Eagles.
So we'll take a timeout here. 4:26 on the clock. Back with more next here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa bone, joint, and sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Eagle Grove 11, Bishop Garrigan 2 here on Hometown Radio, KLGA, and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Beanie, right now, Eagle Grove has taken a look at Bishop Garrigan's size. They've said, we're not even going to try to take the ball inside. We're just going to shoot threes.
They are launching it. They are not hesitating. They're taking the first shot they get a look at. So Mark Meister calls timeout to tell them to play some tighter defense on the shooters there.
And just like that, Garrigan's going to turn it over right again coming out of the timeout. So turnovers are mounting, and three-pointers for the Eagles mounting as well.
Yeah, racking up turnovers. That's an over and back call. Bodie received the pass right at midcourt, just took a step back across.
A bounce to Richardson, attacks the baseline, gets past Lear, sidestepping, kicking out to a left side three, and Canavan swishes it. 14-2 Eagle Grove. Golden Bears have won 7 straight matchups against the Eagles, but Eagles are intent on changing that here tonight. Now a trap against Jacob Lear, and then he's fouled.
Boy, I could see those shooters in the pregame. They were really shooting well. And they, after starting off cold, they are hot now. Now, they get called for a foul in that trap on Jacob Lear, and the players are shocked that the foul is called.
Bishop Garrigan has Berkey, Bodie, Fogarty, Lear, and Mahler on the court right now. Fogarty surveys, gets it up to the top to Lear, halfway in between midcourt and the three-point line, onto the left wing Mahler. Mahler will attack. He'll float with the right hand, off the back of the iron. Canavan secures the rebound in the corner.
Good little running Jay. Good look at the basket. They stay away from the turnover.
Canavan into the forecourt, goes the whole way himself, way off target as he tried to take it inside, and Jacob Lear rebounds for Bishop Garrigan.
Big rebound by Lear. Now see if they go to him inside. He's got size and he's got power.
Bodie down to Fogarty, trying to overpower Richardson, scoops it up with the right hand and ends the 14-0 Eagle Grove run.
And that was the answer the other night against Belmont Clemmy. Drew Fogarty inside with Jacob Lear right there. Hard to defend both those bigs.
And ball gets knocked away, but deflects up top to Canavan. It comes down into the near side to Richardson, right beneath us, guarded by Learer. And it will go back to Canavan. Canavan, the sophomore, looks across the lane, fires it towards the Bishop Garrigan bench, and Wildering can't reach it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, nice defensive there. Stand by Garrigan. They're, after that timeout by Meister, they came out, they locked down their defense a little better and guarded much tighter.
Berkey flips it up to Bodie, now to Mahler as they break the press, down to Fogarty, he'll lay it up, no, Learer follows, no, tries to tap it to himself, deflects into the near corner, and Morris grabs the rebound.
Oh, 2 point-blank looks didn't go for the Bears.
Great press break, not great job on the layup. Morris up to the top to Richardson, looks towards the right to Morris, right angle triple, and he is perfect. 17-4 Eagle Grove.
Now that's just a great-looking shot by Morris, but also nobody on him. He gets an open shot. Can't let the shooters have open shots.
Mahler grabs it, tries to throw it half the length of the court, and sails it over Learer out of bounds for a turnover.
17-4. This game is off to a rough start for Bishop Garrigan. They need to summon some energy, especially on the defensive end.
This is a high-octane offense, rarely seen for Eagle Grove. Even in their win this season, it was 41-28. So a lot of games, Eagle Grove has been in that 20 to 40-point range, and really they don't fall out of that a whole lot, as Coach Meister will use a 30-second timeout here. So whatever adjustments, or Eagle Grove, rather, will use a 30-second timeout. So whatever adjustments Coach Meister made during that first timeout, he's going to have to make some more here in the second one.
Yeah, I mean, they came out and had a couple of good defensive stands, but then continued to let Eagle Grove get open three-point shots. And if they're going to launch them, boy, you got to at least get a hand in the face out there. That time, Eagle Grove had to call a timeout because their player was on his backside, you know, and that's one of those rules we saw it called a couple times in the girls' game and twice so far tonight. When a player is on the floor and has the ball, they know they can't stand up. Otherwise, it's got to be a traveling call. And, boy, it's really tough. That's almost a rule that I wish they would look at. Like, you have to freeze on the floor while everyone else mugs you. It's a tough one.
Morris will handle it coming out of the timeout. Jackson Morris with a couple threes tonight. Flips it to the right to Canavan, guarded by Bodie all the way near half court. Trying to create space, gets the screen, heads to the left, bounces it to Morris, drives baseline. Oh, a nice wraparound pass to Richardson. He'll fade away for a jumper, and he'll drill that as well. Eagles are hitting absolutely everything here in the first quarter.
They're on fire, and on defensively, they're everywhere as they knock that pass out of bounds.
After a slow start, missing their first couple of shots, they've gone on a 19-2 run here following the 2-0 Bishop Garrigan start. 19-4 the score right now. Fogarty whips it inside the Learer, turns towards the glass, and he'll be fouled on that shot attempt.
Now, Bears are down 15. That's not an insurmountable lead, but I think I like what they're doing. The way to do that is play with some power basketball. They got Lear in there. Get the big man the ball inside. Let him go to work and start hacking away at this lead. 2 points by 2 points.
And Jacob Lear will drain that foul shot, making it 19-5. And a substitution here for Eagle Grove. Jensen Cooper comes into the game to replace Tate Richardson. So Eagles will get a senior on the floor here as Jacob Lear, the senior, will swish that foul shot. He's looked a lot better free throw shooting the past couple of games. Has had a nice game against Belmont Clemmy from the line, and now 2 for 2 here tonight. Jordan Morris into the front court, flips it to Jackson Morris. And a foul will be called here against Bishop Garrigan. That'll be Cal Berkey, the first foul on the Golden Bears. It comes with 1:25 here in the first. Morris from the near side of the scoring table flips it into play. Canavan in the backcourt. Tries to blow by Bodie, stays with him. Now flips it into the far corner to Morris. Morris surveying inside. Jordan Morris guarded by Drew Fogarty, and now he'll back it up towards half court with 1:10 on the clock. Works towards the left, bouncing it to Canavan. Canavan, guarded by Bodie again, picks it up, holds it high above his head, and comes near side to Cooper. Now to Morris, a three-pointer from right underneath us, and Fogarty fouled him on the three-point attempt.
Well, Fogarty disagrees. Of course, the official is right there. Now we got 3 free throws coming. Boy, Eagle Grove is really looking to pull that trigger, and I tell you, when they have worked on this. When they catch that pass, they are ready to shoot. That's a fundamental effort by the Eagles to work on getting that shot off quickly, and they're making the Bear defense pay for it.
This game so far has been an Eagle Grove style of game as Morris drains the foul shot. If this was a Bishop Garrigan style of game, you'd be seeing the Golden Bears just really banging it inside, using their size to dominate, and Eagle Grove might be having a colder three-point shooting night. But so far, Eagles have been hot on the three-point shot as Morris is off the back of the iron on that foul shot. And Bishop Garrigan hasn't been able to get much at the rim so far tonight with 59 seconds to go in the first.
Right, and Bishop Garrigan hasn't had a lot of flow going into their big position offense with those turnovers.
Cody Gearhart comes into the game for Eagle Grove as the third foul shot's off the back of the iron, so that's a 1-for-3 trip for the Eagles, and the score is 20-6. Mahler across the timeline, flips it near side to Berkey, pumps, bounces it inside, on the block to Fogarty, and he powers it right through the double team to make it 20-8. Now some full court pressure here as Bishop Garrigan will have Fogarty defending, and Fogarty will get a little too close, and a blocking foul against Fogarty working on Jordan Morris.
Well, that's Fogarty's second foul, and he's talking to the official right now. He didn't think he had a foul, but he's going to have to come out of the sit on the bench, which is unfortunate because he was there's no matchup for Fogarty when he plays inside. The opposing teams don't have an answer for his physicality and size because they're using up their biggest guys, guarding Lear.
So Bishop Garrigan will go for a little better ball handling lineup here with Graham, Jeanette, and Berkey both on the floor, along with Bodie and Mahler and Learer. Canavan stops at the top of the key, now goes on to the left wing to Cooper, back up top Richardson. Richardson drives right of the lane, kicks it to the near side Gearhart. He'll work back towards the center, flips it left Cooper, left angle triple, comes up short, and rebound pops out to Bodie at the foul line. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Up to Mahler. Mahler looks. Mahler takes one dribble and picks it up with 8 seconds. Now out to Grand Jeanette with 6 seconds. Back to Mahler in the corner. He'll rise for 3, and it'll bounce off to the near side. Rebounded by Richardson, and the clock expires in quarter number 1. Bishop Garrigan, a lot of work to do as they trail Eagle Grove 20-8 here on Hometown Radio KLGA and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
For Sports Club members, bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Rental Zone, Highway 18 East in Algona. The tool and equipment rental specialist. Phone 395-RENT.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio at 1400 East Commercial in Algona or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Daylight Donuts, open early, serving yummy donuts, rolls, and great coffee. Located at 502 South Phillips Street.
Signworks for all your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Farm and Home Services. Check their many listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Pizza Ranch. Eat in or delivery. Catering also available.
TAFE Wellness Center. Dr. Shane TAFE. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Located at 105 South Phillips Street in Algona.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
Back here on Hometown Radio KLGA, we are live from Eagle Grove High School, where the Golden Bears have been punched in the face to start this game. Down 20-8 against the Eagles. Beanie, what has to change here in the second quarter?
Well, you can't just get it all back at once. 12 points is not insurmountable lead. Just got to keep on working it inside and pound on those boards, and they just have to close out on shots better. Don't give Eagle Grove any more open looks at the basket.
Ball almost turned over there, but Bodie was able to track it down. Comes to Grand Jeanette as it's Grand Jeanette. Berkey, ball almost stolen from Berkey. Nemmers, Bodie, and Mahler on the floor right now. Mahler catches in the paint, bounces it to Nemmers. It's a little behind him, and it got peeled away by Canavan. Right idea there, but wrong execution as the pass was just a little off target, and the turnovers have been an issue so far.
Yep, give credit to Canavan. He's really playing a good game tonight. They've figured out the defense now. They've got a quicker lineup in matched up here, and I think that's going to bode well for them.
Jordan Morris, left angle triple, comes up short. Richardson knocks it back into Morris's hands. Wraparound pass inside to a wide open Cale Wildering, who will get to the near side. Cal Berkey starts to penetrate, bounces baseline to Bodie, passes through the double team, and now back into the near corner to Berkey. Berkey takes a couple dribbles and jump stops, bounce to Bodie, now pass whipped over the Mauler. He'll put it off the glass and score it to make it 22-10.
That's a good look for the Bears. Cut that lead back down to 12. Now they got to have a defensive stand and start hacking away at that lead.
I'll give Eagle Grove credit as rising 4-3 is Wildering, and it rattles out. Berkey grabs the rebound. Having never seen them play before, they are way more athletic than I anticipated them being.
You got that right, and Garrigan is saying the same thing.
Bodie, a catch-and-shoot three is long, but Grand Jeanette chases the rebound down on the weak side. A bounce to Berkey in the lane, looking for space, and everyone falls down. Ball pops loose and goes into Canavan's hands.
In fact, that's why you see the lineup in there right now for Garrigan. The Garrigan team, I don't think, was ready for the quickness of Eagle as they get another open shot.
Wildering with the short corner jumper, and he knocks that down 24-10.
They're moving the ball well. They're finding the open shooters, picking Garrigan apart.
Eagle Grove looks like Lake Mills right now is what they look like. Bodie's in the near corner. Now to Nemmers, banging inside, and he'll get fouled.
Well, it's a good look inside. Got a good inside shot by Nemmers. Bodie's always looking inside. He's always trying to get the ball inside. He found Muller a second ago. He found Nemmers there. And, boy, the other night, Logan Nemmers was looking good at the free throw line. I hope I just didn't jinx him.
Nemmers bends the knees, and he'll miss that one as it bounces off to the left. Noonan and Hoagland will check in as Bodie and Berkey go to the bench. So, again, Bishop Garrigan really keeping the lineup relatively athletic here.
Yeah, Bodie and Berkey's job in there was just to play defense. Neither of them are much for scoring, but they can play defense really well.
Nemmers rattles that one around, but it drops in to make it 24-11 with 5:48 on the clock here in the second.
The problem is that the Eagle Grove scoring is coming from everywhere. Morris, Canavan, everyone's taking open shots.
Inside to Jackson Morris, pass out to Richardson. He'll sidearm it to the near side to Jordan Morris. Jordan Morris guarded by Hoagland. A bounce to Richardson. Turnaround Jay from the lane. That one is way off target. Knocked out of Nemmers' hands, but it goes right to Noonan. Now Grand Jeanette up the court to Hoagland. Stops on the near side and bounces back to Grand Jeanette with 5:22 on the clock. Noonan whips it near side Hoagland. Hoagland looking inside, finding Nemmers. Nemmers in the triple team. Dumps it off to Drew Mahler. Wide open for the layup.
Great offensive movement. Now the lineup in there for Garrigan is a scoring lineup. Everyone on the floor for Garrigan is a good shooter. Now this is a chance for them to score some points. Their defense has stepped up. Here's where they're going to start clawing back in.
And now driving in is Morris. He falls backwards and loses the ball out of bounds. But on the last Garrigan possession, that was great spatial awareness by Nemmers, who will now be replaced by Jacob Learer. He had the three defenders kind of close on him, knew that Mahler was coming in and cutting to the basket, and that's a good assist from a big man.
Yeah, that is. Good court awareness.
Jackson Morris into the lane, pass knocked away by Lear. He peels it loose, looks to outlet, gets it to Hoagland. Hoagland has the defense catch up. He shoots it anyways and scores it with the left hand.
Nice bucket by Grant Hoagland, the senior, come off the bench here in the second quarter. He is a shooter. He can score the ball. That's what Garrigan needs right now. They're down 9.
24-15. Bishop Garrigan has scored the last 5 points, trying to claw back into it before halftime. Now Canavan, a step back J off the front of the rim. Long deflection, though, goes out to Cooper. Cooper right back up of it, misses off to the right, deflected off the backboard, pops loose, and Jackson Morris chases it down in the corner. Another opportunity for the Eagles as they'll reset it up top to the sophomore Canavan.
Well, good rebounding by Eagle Grove, getting another look, but at least the shots now are being guarded by Bishop Garrigan.
Jensen Cooper drives left of the lane. Lear got a hand on it, and that one smacks off the backboard. Mahler up the court. Mahler stops, top of the key, flip left to Grandjeanette. Now down into the corner beneath us to Hoagland. Lear saves from going out of bounds, gets quickly to Noonan. Now up top to Mahler. Mahler penetrating. A floater from the foul line, no. Lear boxes out, loses the ball, but got fouled.
That's what Lear brings you inside. If there's a rebound up there that's not a long rebound, that big man's going to get an arm on it. Long wingspan, tall, physical, going to be at the free throw line here for a second time tonight. Bears have really picked up their defensive intensity. They just got to get a hand in the face of those shooters. Can't give up the open shot, and we saw what happened there in that last possession. They forced some Eagle Grove misses.
Vera rattles in the foul shot as Richardson will go to the bench. Wildering will come back in. A junior for junior substitution for the Eagles. Now 24-16. Golden Bears on a 6-0 run. Lear bends the knees, spins it up, and that's off the back of the iron. Long rebound gets deflected to Jordan Morris. 3:44 on the clock before halftime. Can the Golden Bears continue to hold on defense after a strong spurt to begin the ball game by Eagle Grove? Short corner jumper from the far side, rattles out, no good. Cooper couldn't connect, and Mahler rebounds. Grandjeanette jukes into the front court, gets to Noonan. Mid-range J from the short corner, and he's just a little bit off target as Eagle Grove rebounds.
Well, Grandjeanette can certainly get the ball up the floor fast. Found Noonan for a good-looking mid-range jumper. Noonan's specialty just didn't fall.
Canavan will bump into Noonan, and Noonan's going to get called for the block here. Bishop Garrigan's 4th foul of the night.
Yeah, Noonan bodied him up pretty well. That's not a bad idea. Don't let that guy get downward momentum towards the hoop. Canavan has been a good scorer so far, but Noonan's going to pick up a foul on that blocking foul.
So 3:14 on the clock, and Canavan will inbound just to the side of the Bishop Garrigan bench. Flips it into the backcourt to Jackson Morris as the freshman picks it up and comes up the near side. Guarded by Grandjeanette, trying to stay in front, works towards the left. Hoagland knocks it away, and it's picked up by Grandjeanette. Bishop Garrigan will now run with numbers. Grandjeanette rises, lays it up, and lays it in.
Oh, Grandjeanette's so good in the open floor. If he can get that ball in the open floor, either from a stealer, from a teammate, he's money on the other end, getting that ball to the hoop.
And a nice job, too, avoiding the charge that time by Grandjeanette. Angled just enough. Now Canavan, a left side triple, drills it, and that ends the 8-0 Bishop Garrigan run.
Well, I was wondering where the answer was going to come from. Canavan's the answer tonight every time Eagle Grove needs a bucket.
Jacob Lear powering inside, left the layup short, got his miss back, fades away, that misses off to the left. That would have been an extremely difficult shot, but Eagle Grove touched that basketball last, and Bishop Garrigan gets to keep it here.
Well, Lear twisting and turning, just can't get that ball through the hoop, but this is a big moment. Garrigan's got to have a good play here, cut that lead 27-20 if they get a good execution here.
Into Noonan, catches, whips it inside. Lear now out to Mahler, left of center. Back to Noonan, he'll try triple, he'll drain it. Ryan Noonan needed that one after a couple tough shooting games, but he hit the mark on that three.
Yeah, good job by that young man. He's been cold, he keeps shooting, hits that three, really cuts that lead down to 6. Big shot, big inbounds play for the Bears.
You know what, I'll tell you what, even Ryan Noonan's missed jumpers look really good if that stroke that he has, but able to drill that three-pointer to make it a 6-point game. Closest it's been since very early in the first quarter, and now a travel for Eagle Grove.
Yeah, Eagle Grove started out with such intensity and energy, and they were really rallying. They were playing great, but you just knew it couldn't last forever. And now Canavan trying to rally his team to get that energy back, but they're tired here with just 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Haven't used a whole lot of substitutions as Morris and Canavan have played pretty much the entire time, and now a foul in the backcourt is going to be number 6 against Eagle Grove with 1:51 left.
That was Morris, the freshman, got called for a reach-in as he was they were trying to do a little two-man press, making it hard for the Bears to get the ball up the court. And why not? Bears have struggled. They've been turning the ball over, trying to get some of that energy back, Eagle Grove is.
Into Lear, they break the press. He finds a wide open Drew Mahler, and he'll get the easy lay in to make it 27-23.
That's right. The Bears just cut down on that 12-point lead a moment ago. Just start chipping away at it. They're doing a nice job here, and it's starting with this defensive pickup.
Cooper up to the top to Wildering. Now onto the left wing, Canavan. Canavan flips it down into the far corner. Jordan Morris, the junior, takes a couple dribbles and flips it back to the right to Wildering. Now near side Cooper. They're daring him to shoot, but he won't do it. Now back to Canavan. He'll rise for a foul line jumper. It's a little long, and Jacob Lear rebounds with the left hand. 1:08 to go, and he almost threw it behind Grandjeanette. Grandjeanette scoops it back into play. Not even looking there as he just threw it behind his back, but kept it alive.
Oh, I'll tell you, that was big. That would have been a disastrous turnover, a chance to tie it up right here.
Noonan, bullet pass into Lear, trying to hook it in, but he got fouled, and he'll shoot 2 here to try to make it a one-possession game.
If they can get it tied at halftime, that would be a great momentum builder for the Bears after being down 15 early to Eagle Grove, who they clearly, I think, underestimated coming into this game as far as quickness and athleticism go. Boy, if they could get this game tied at halftime and start fresh, that would be big.
Lear spins up that foul shot and swishes it. 27-24, so at very least it'll be a one-possession game here, and Jacob Lear now trying to get it down to a 2-point game. 54 seconds to go. Jacob Lear has that one rattle around. Mahler knocks it off the glass, deflects back to himself, but then has it poked away.
Oh, nice job by Drew Mahler. I thought he was going to put that back up and in. So close. Way to battle on the boards.
And it was a smart play, too. If you can't rebound it yourself, sometimes hit it off the glass like a volleyball player, as now Canavan stops for a jumper, but he'll be hit from behind, and he'll shoot 2.
Canavan has been willing his team to get that energy back up, both verbally. He's encouraging his teammates. Quite a leader for a young sophomore player out there. And now in these last 2 possessions, he's just decided he's going to create a shot, and has done a nice job creating a shot, but they have not fallen.
And he'll be perfect on that first foul shot to make it 28-24. Eagle Grove, 17 fouls. Bishop Garrigan, 5. That's not going to be a huge factor here with just 39 seconds to go, as Canavan rattles that one in, and the Eagle Grove lead is restored to 5 points. Noonan on the far side of the court, back to Grandjeanette, and they threw it away. Picked up in the backcourt by Jackson Morris. Grandjeanette rejects from behind. A chase down block. Picked back up by Eagle Grove. Morris tries to go inside, and he got fouled.
Oh, it was almost an and one by Morris, but what a block by Grandjeanette. I thought that was going to be an easy 2 for Eagle Grove, which would have been a disastrous end to the half here. But Grandjeanette chasing him down, getting the big block. Wow.
Who knew that Grandjeanette had those kind of hops? I mean, he
was up
almost
there.
Hit his face on the backboard that time. He rose so high.
He did. He really got up for that block.
Eagle Grove will drop everybody back as the first foul shot is missed by Morris. It rattles out, and the score stays 29-24.
Oh, and that foul's paying off as Morris is very frustrated. He missed that free throw. I mean, this Eagle Grove team is feeling this lead. They got 5 right now. Morris trying to make it 6.
Morris misses again, left that one way short, and Lear picks it up. He'll give it to Fogarty, as Grandjeanette will now have it by the logo. To the far side, Hoagland. Now back to Fogarty in the far corner. And
they're calling a hold on Eagle Grove. Number 44 for Eagle was holding our number 44 for Bishop Garrigan.
That's Jensen Cooper for the hold against Jacob Lear. And Lear continues to go to the foul line, so he'll get another chance here with a 5-point deficit.
Bishop Garrigan needing to get to the foul line more. They did against Belmont Clemmy. Andrew Fogarty was at the free throw line a lot, but he's going to go to the bench now as they get Bodie in because they don't want Fogarty to pick up another foul. They need him for the duration of this game.
1-and-1, Lear misses to the right, but Bodie able to cradle the rebound. Dishes it back to Lear, and he lays it in to make it 29-26. Up the near side comes Morris. 6 seconds to go. Jordan Morris attacking left. Takes contact. Misses the shot. Lear rebounds of 2 seconds. Gets knocked away. And Eagle Grove can't get the shot off before halftime. They baked in the shot from the foul line, but that was well after the buzzer. And we'll go into half. 29-26. Eagle Grove leading Bishop Garrigan as the Golden Bears rally in the second quarter. Should be an entertaining second half coming up. And we'll talk about it next here on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
With over a decade of experience, Jake Ingalls Electric is here to handle any electrical job you could possibly have. From anything agricultural related to complex commercial wiring to something simple like installing a new outlet in your home, Jake Ingalls Electric does it all. Have your wiring done right and call Jake at 515-320-4286. Jake Ingalls Electric, shockingly good service.
For Sports Club members, bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Rental Zone, Highway 18 East in Algona. The tool and equipment rental specialist. Phone 395-RENT.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio at 1400 East Commercial in Algona or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Daylight Donuts, open early, serving yummy donuts, rolls, and great coffee. Located at 502 South Phillips Street.
Signworks for all your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Farm and Home Services. Check their many listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Pizza Ranch. Eat in or delivery. Catering also available.
TAFE Wellness Center. Dr. Shane TAFE. Keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Located at 105 South Phillips Street in Algona.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Iowa. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Iowa High School Athletic Association and the Iowa High School Athletic Directors Association.
Back here at halftime between Bishop Garrigan and Eagle Grove. And right now it's the Golden Bears trailing the Eagles by a score of 29-26. Before we get more into the boys' game, we'll recap the girls' game. And I'm joined right now by Ashlyn Hovey. Ashlyn, first of all, congratulations on another win. Just first of all, kind of take me through that victory and what you saw from the team here tonight.
We really just had to find our own energy, and we just had fun with it, and we just talked to each other through it.
Absolutely. Now, the past couple of games, Coach Schwab has challenged you a little bit defensively. You've played a lot of man-to-man defense rather than the 2-3. So what's that been like for you and the girls adjusting to that?
Yeah, like you said, we're just adjusting and we're trying new things. We really just have to pick up our talk and just do it as a team. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine, Ashlyn. My partner, Beanie Bodie's been talking with me here. Yeah, I know it's a tough time at Garrigan right now. You're going through a lot of fun for you and the team to balance those two things out.
I mean, on the bus, we were all just sleeping. Today we were just drained. And once again, we just have to find that energy, bring it on the bench, all that.
Absolutely. Now, Ashlyn, Coach Schwab is really focused on getting the bench involved a lot here the past couple of games, yourself included. So just when you come off the bench, what's your focus like trying to bring that energy and keep what the starters have going?
Really just taking after the person in front of you, just doing it for the person beside you, and just keeping that defense up, talking again.
Absolutely. Now, Ashlyn, looks like we're going to have a lot of snow coming up here tomorrow and, of course, a few days off before another game comes up next week. So what's practice going to be like the next few games for your girls and the focus here as we go forward into the next week?
I think this weekend we were looking to practice sometime, but really just defense, just work hard on that man and maybe put some 1-3-1, maybe 2-3, and just run through our offensive and everything plays.
Absolutely. Well, Ashlyn, congratulations on the win. Thanks for stopping by here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and get that headset over to Coach Schwab here and get his thoughts on tonight's game. Again, if you're watching the boys' game here, 29-26 is the score at halftime as Eagle Grove continues to lead Bishop Garrigan, but the Golden Bears getting it a little bit closer right before the break. And right now, I'm joined by Coach Schwab. Coach, first of all, I know on a night like tonight, sometimes the team has to go about creating their own energy. So how did you feel the girls did from that respect?
Pretty poor. I mean, really pretty poor. I mean, it was, we were not our same selves of being able to, create our own energy. We talked in the locker room. It was a tough place to play as far as, and you've got to bring your own energy to this. And, in the locker room it was dead. Out on the court was dead. And we just need to do a better job as a team of being able to handle that in the locker room and on the court themselves.
Coach, this was another night of using a lot of man-to-man defense over the 2-3 zone. So how did you feel the girls evolved in that way from the game on Tuesday against Belmont Clemmy to what they did here tonight defensively?
You know, we've got to do a better job of adjusting to when teams are trying to slow up and just allowing ball reversals. We've got to get up in that passing lane a little more when teams are looking to reverse it. You know, defense and especially man-to-man isn't something you can just talk about getting better at. We've only practiced one day this week with Monday's practice, you know, so, you know, when you're teaching skills of man-to-man defense that a lot of our kids honestly haven't been through, it's going to take a process, and it takes practice time to really for us to get better at it. And we just haven't had that this week. Looking like tomorrow is going to be a snow day, you know, so one day of practice a week is not going to get our skill better at the little things like boxing out and closeouts and big first steps and not allowing a middle drive and getting up in a passing lane and switching down screens. All them things have got to be worked on in practice to put them into a game situation. We just haven't had that time right now.
And, Coach, just a couple minutes ago, I talked to Vashlin about a lot that's going on right now. Like you mentioned, snow day coming up tomorrow. I know some big tests going on, final tests for Bishop Garrigan in school, and, of course, a lot of basketball as well. So how do you make sure the girls are balancing that all mentally and trying to bring their A game to basketball?
Yeah, you know, it's without a doubt, it's a weird week with semester tests and open campuses and snow days and stuff. You know, we try everything, and you can talk about not using that as an excuse, but it is hard as you know, a player to get out of your routine. You know, and we're very much out of our routine right now of what we're you know, of after school practice, and we're just out of a routine. We need to get back in that routine so we can get back in the gym and get ourselves better. And that's, you know, we need to be better Tuesday because we're going to play a much improved Lake Mills team that just played West Hancock to a 9 or 10 point game the other night. So we'll have to be more sharp here on Tuesday.
All right, Coach, as we wrap up here and you go into that game on Tuesday, what's going to be the big focus this weekend and the next several days as you practice with the team?
You know, just getting ourselves game-ready intensity and, you know, continually to work defensively and rebounding-wise. Those are just two areas. You know, we can score the ball with about anybody. You know, we have a lot of good scorers on our team. And you know, obviously our offense is not really crisp right now, but we've got to tackle one thing first, and that's got to be our rebounding, and our defensive intensity has got to be tackled first before we can move on to offense, and that's what we're going to work on.
All right, Coach, well, congratulations on the win, and thanks for stopping by tonight.
All right, thank you.
Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab recapping the girls' game as we take another timeout, and the second half of the boys coming up next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
More Sports Club members making these broadcasts possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Catholic Charities, offering professional counseling services to families and individuals of all faiths. Learn more at cathchar.com.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Grassmasters, get tips and advice from their lawn care professionals. Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
American Glass, for all your glass needs, think American.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, serving Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas for chiropractic, massage, nutritional care, and physical therapy services.
Dr. Bill Stroman, giving you something to smile about.
Jake Ingalls Electric, for shockingly good service, call 320-4286.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Eagle Grove 29, Bishop Garrigan 26. As we begin the third quarter, Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie here on Hometown Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. And Beanie, Bishop Garrigan closed the half pretty well, but can they continue that here in the third?
Well, they cut the lead to 3. They just got to play some hard defense here and take care of the ball as usual.
So Eagle Grove will start out with the ball. They will head from right to left on your radio dial as Canavan gets an early touch. He'll fire a three coming right out of halftime, but that one comes well short and deflects straight down into Learer's hands. Up the court, Hoagland. Bishop Garrigan has Mahler, Fogarty, Learer, and Grand Jeanette as well as Hoagland. Into the post to Learer, tries to pivot. Out to Grand Jeanette, now right wing Fogarty. Back inside Learer. One-on-one matchup, and he banks it off the glass and scores it.
Well, absolutely what they need to do. Take advantage of Lear's size inside. Just keep pounding that ball to Lear, to Fogarty, to Nemers when he comes in the game here. Eagle Grove does not have the answer inside.
And I think it goes to show the adjustment as the ball is thrown out of bounds by Eagle Grove. Miscommunication there between Morse and Wildering, and Bishop Garrigan gets it back. But the adjustment by Coach Meister, starting with a very different lineup here than the original starters in this game. And like we referenced earlier, to match up with the athleticism here of Eagle Grove. Down to Jacob Lear, lays it off the glass and scores it. Bishop Garrigan's back in the lead, 30-29. Their first lead since 2-0.
Well, just like that, Eagle Grove turns the ball over and Garrigan takes advantage. Hoagland in there. He's been playing well tonight. Coach is recognizing that, getting those guys in there that are having a good night. You know, not everyone has a great night every night. You just got to find the right matchup, but they're back in front here.
Grand Jeanette did a full layout there to knock the ball out of bounds. And Eagle Grove has it here coming off of the inbounds play. Jordan Morris bounces to Richardson on the far side. Richardson is stolen by Lear on the pass. Gets it up to Grand Jeanette for a little pace. Spinning, hanging, floating, scoring.
Completely different team comes out for the Bishop Garrigan. Look at the energy. Where was that the first half? Completely different. Lear is just owning this third quarter so far. Grand Jeanette looking like magic down there.
Mahler almost jumped the pass, but Wildering got it. Bounces it into the paint where it's intercepted by Hoagland. Eagle Grove isn't even getting to shoot the ball here in the third. Long pass up to Grand Jeanette. Richardson comes right back and intercepts it.
Well, I see that. I like that aggressive play by Hoagland. All the momentum was going to Garrigan. They were just trying to take shot after shot here.
Canavan into the far corner, and Morris is a little short on the jumper. It comes off to the near side. Oh, and Grand Jeanette, boy, tried to rip that rebound down and took Morris right with him for the jump ball.
Yeah, Grand Jeanette came out and just decided he is going to be physical and play hard, and I guess that is what the Bears need. Good to see that young man stepping up.
So one referee signaled jump ball, but another referee came in and said foul jack Grand Jeanette. So Eagle Grove will have it. Morris rises for a right angle triple. Offline, but it's rebounded by Richardson. Foul line jumper, no. Bounces off right to Learer. And the big man secures another rebound.
Now work it inside, Bears. Eagle Grove spent a lot of time in the halftime locker room. They didn't come out till there was under 2 minutes left to go.
Lear dumps it off to Mahler, fades away, banks it off the glass and scores it. Bishop Garrigan has dominated here out of the locker room. They are on an 8-0 run.
And Eagle Grove has just started so flat. They look like they're a step slow, and either they're a step slow or Bishop Garrigan has really came out with more energy.
Oh, and Grand Jeanette's going to pick up another foul. Tried to reach in and steal it away from Jordan Morris, but got arm as well, so that'll be his second here, also second of the half.
Yeah, his second foul forward. He's got a couple fouls, but no one in any severe foul trouble at this point. Good management by the Bishop Garrigan coaches to keep those guys in the game and out of the game when necessary.
34-29, 5:26 on the clock. Wildering in the far corner, flips it into the foul line. Morris dumps it down low to Richardson, but it came in a little bit too hot, and Richardson lost it out of bounds.
Now, Eagle Grove found success early in the first half, just shooting those open outside shots and draining them. And now they're just trying to push the ball inside and not seemingly willing to take the deep shots now.
Bishop Garrigan has won 7 straight matchups between these two teams. As Mahler attacks to the glass, he gets fouled, and he flexes on the defense as he puts it in. Drew Mahler with a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, suddenly the Bears are making it look easy after struggling the entire first half to do anything basketball-related. Offense, defense, everything looked rough, forcing Eagle Grove to call a timeout because they're just looking so sharp.
Timeout Eagle Grove. Bishop Garrigan right now on a 10-0 run, as we'll come back and see the rest of the third quarter next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Call PMC Advantage with offices in Algona, Burt, Corwith, Garner, Sway City, and West Bend.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Drew Mahler trying to finish off a three-point play as Bishop Garrigan leads Eagle Grove 36-29, and Mahler drains it. Bishop Garrigan now on an 11-0 run here in the first 3 minutes of the second half. Into the far corner, Richardson finds the cutting Morris, goes off the glass and breaks up the run, 37-31. Coming across the press is Bishop Garrigan, but it's stolen away by Morse. And now a foul as Jordan Morse jumped into the lane. Looks like they'll probably get Hoagland on that one for Bishop Garrigan's third foul of the half.
Now suddenly Eagle Grove back to their energy. They came out of that timeout raring to go. This second half has been so much different than the first. Each team just responding to their energy level.
Hoagland tips the pass, but it goes into Morse's hands. Down on the baseline to Richardson. Hangs in the air, misses on the point-blank shot. Trying to curl around as Jackson Morse. Throws it right to Fogarty. Up the court to Mahler. Mahler has a good look to the basket. He goes, and he's a little strong on the layup. Wildering rebounds. Up to the near side to Jackson Morse. Coming across the forecourt with 4:30 on the clock, guarded by Grand Jeanette. Works it to the right to Canavan. Canavan at the foul line, got his pocket picked by Grand Jeanette. He'll have an open run to the basket, scoop layup on the score to make it 39-31.
Those are just free points. Add them onto the playbook when Grand Jeanette can get those steals for open layups. He's done that every year I've seen him at Bishop Garrigan. Just got a knack for doing that. Big bonus.
Bishop Garrigan trying to flip this game 180 here in the third quarter as we're halfway into this third period. 8-point lead for the Golden Bears. Step back corner triple, and Canavan swishes it right when Eagle Grove needed it the most.
Boy, they sure did. He's really pulling this team all night. He's able to create a shot. He's tall enough and big enough.
And Grand Jeanette, a short pass intercepted by Morse. Dishes it right to Canavan. He'll lay it in, and it's back to a 3-point game.
Well, this is shaping up to be a barn burner here. Could be fun down the stretch. Both these teams taking shots at each other.
And now Mahler almost threw a sloppy pass there right into the chest of Jackson Morris, who knocked it out of bounds to the baseline. Looked for a minute there like Bishop Garrigan was going to run away and hide here to start the second half, but that appears not to be the case.
Boy, they go on an 11-0 run, and it's just like they're just turned the tide and are going to start dominating this game. But Eagle Grove, to their credit, right back at them.
Up to the front court to Mahler for Bishop Garrigan. Keeps his feet without traveling. Up to Fogarty, now back to Mahler on the near side. To Fogarty, rotates left to Grand Jeanette, who had to leap to catch that one. A bounce pass to Lear, kicks it into the corner. Hoagland, three, off the mark. And tipped by Mahler, picked up by Richardson.
Oh, good-looking shot by Hoagland. He is a three-point shooter. Just doesn't get that one. Would have been a big boost of confidence for the senior.
Jordan Morris over to Canavan, tries a three, but that one rims out, and Lear skies for the rebound, tries to outlet it, but nobody is home, and that'll go out of bounds all the way down on the other end of the court.
And he thought he saw Muller streaking on the floor, but Muller stopped at half court thinking, hey, maybe I'm needed down here to help bring the ball up the floor, because they have been pressing, but not out of that rebounding situation.
2:51 to go here in a fast-paced third quarter. 39-36 Bishop Garrigan as Jordan Morris now comes across half court, guarded by Hoagland, and comes to the left to Cooper on the wing. Into the near corner, Tate Richardson, a triple is short. Mahler fingertips the rebound and secures it with 2:33 on the clock.
A wide open look by Tate Richardson. Garrigan's got to cover that. They dodged that bullet.
Nemers in for Lear for Bishop Garrigan. Fogarty corner pocket triple, and he knocks it down to make it 42-36.
Nice shot by Fogarty. Great three-point shooter, open there in the corner. He can go inside and shoot that three, makes him a weapon.
They dare Cooper to shoot it. He tries the three, and it's short as it wedges in between the rim and the backboard. Nemers has an easy board. Grand Jeanette comes near side to Fogarty. Fogarty inside to Nemers. Goes to work on the block. Puts it off the glass. Rolls around and pops out. Mahler's right there for the rebound, and he'll clean the glass and make it 44-36.
Good look inside. Pound that ball inside, Bishop Garrigan, because if Logan Nemers didn't get that bucket to fall. Drew Moeller with his height right there for the rebound and putback.
Mahler has been so active on the boards here tonight, as it'll be an elbow jumper. Morris pops off to the far side, and Mahler chases it down Nemers chases it down in the corner. Pass up to Hoagland, saves it into play. Now Fogarty whips it inside, but it sails past Nemers and out of bounds.
Oh, good look inside by Drew. Good ball movement by the Bears after Hoagland makes the nice save. And almost got an easy 2 there. Now if Eagle Grove's going to slow walk it up, this pace of play, both teams are thinking, well, let's take a look at what's going on here.
44-36. Cooper to Canavan, tries to get past Fogarty, flips it left Richardson. Near corner Jordan Morris penetrates to the baseline, flips it up, he got fouled and he put it in. Morris just hung in the air that time and finger rolled it right through the net.
Wow, acrobatic. He didn't get very high off the ground, but he just suspended himself midair and twisted that up and under before his feet got back on the ground. Impressive play by that young man, and gets himself a trip to the free throw line. Eagle Grove showing the ability to shoot the 3 and take it into the lane.
Morris knew he was going to get the continuation there. It was like he shot it as he was on his way back down from the jump. And if you know you're going to get the foul, you shoot it. But he'll miss the foul shot, and the score will stay 44-38. Mahler up top, passes left to Fogarty, now corner to Grand Jeanette. Back up to the top to Bodie, who skies to catch it. Left to Fogarty. His 3 bounces above the backboard, and it will touch the baseline out of bounds.
Well, Fogarty was feeling it, and nothing wrong with that. When he's hot, he's on the money, but that one not quite so. Keep pounding that ball inside. They've got the lead here. Get that easy 2 on the inside, because the three-point shooting has not been there as a team this year for Bishop Garrigan.
Richardson will pump, but it was a really hard pump, and he couldn't keep his feet. That'll be a travel.
Turnover for Eagle Grove. Big possession by Garrigan here. 51 seconds left in the quarter. Work some time off that clock. Get a ball inside.
Down low to Bodie. Quick touch to Nemers. Kisses it off the glass and scores it. That was a nice athletic play by Bodie, just to almost volleyball pass that to Logan Nemers.
Yeah, or I guess if you can get an easy touch pass for an easy 2, I guess take that, because now they might get the ball back before the quarter ends.
Richardson will step in for a near corner jumper, but he traveled.
Oh, Richardson's got some happy feet now. That's 2 travels in a row. That's a sign of he's just doubting himself a little bit. When players start to doubt themselves, they start to make those little mistakes like that. You see it both ways, offense and defense.
Mahler stops, bounces back to Grand Jeanette, looking back up to Mahler, hasn't crossed the timeline yet, uses his size to get across half court, spins into the lane, puts it up with the right hand and puts it in on an athletic move and good footwork from the freshman Drew Mahler.
That's just an open gym type move where there's no offense. You just drive a ball to the court and take it in.
Golden Bears double-digit lead with 5 seconds to go. Morris drives on the baseline, kicks it near corner. Jackson Morris, a buzzer three-pointer is long. And Golden Bears in the pole position here as we go to the fourth quarter. 8 minutes of bat.
To provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
With today's technology, there's no reason to wait by the mailbox for bank statements. Just sign up for internet banking and e-statements. This is Sherry at Security State Bank. E-statements reduce the risks of mail fraud and identity theft. Internet banking allows you to check your balances, see checks and deposits that have cleared, transfer funds between accounts, make payments, and say goodbye to paper filing and shredding. Internet banking and e-statements from Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eight minutes of basketball left for Bishop Garrigan to try to secure their first winning streak of the season. They're looking for their second W in a row as they lead Eagle Grove 48-38. Fogarty inside to Mahler, sees the double team, and looks like the Golden Bears will get called for a 3-second violation as Logan Nemers was the offending party.
He was waiting to see Drew Moeller was starting to do some shake and bake, and he thought maybe Drew Moeller was going to throw him a nifty interior pass, so he didn't want to leave the lane, and the ref was right there to see him.
Jordan Morris dumps it to Richardson. It's off his fingertips and out of bounds, but it was last touched by Bishop Garrigan.
So Bishop Garrigan's got the 10-point lead. If they can just take care of the ball and keep working it inside, things are going to pan out because Eagle Groves, they're going to start forcing shots here. And as long as they play good defense, those shots won't fall.
Canavan passing it towards the top to Jordan Morris, stops his dribble, goes into the corner to Wildering. Now to the right wing, Canavan rises for three. It's off the front of the iron. Eagle Grove's gone cold on triples. Following it up with the offensive rebound is Jordan Morris, and he gets fouled.
Boy, Jordan Morris, the freshman, has really played a good game. He's very confident. He knows he's got some skills, and he gets very frustrated with himself every time something doesn't go his way. But good job fighting for that rebound.
So Eagle Grove has the double Morris lineup in right now with Jordan Morris at the line, and he'll drain the first one. Jackson Morris, number 5, also in the ball game as well. And you combine those two of Canavan, those have been really the pieces that have given Bishop Garrigan some issues here tonight.
Yeah, they are the guys the Eagles want to shoot. You know, they're not even rebounding with their full team, just Canavan.
And the second foul shot swirls in to make it 48-40. Now Grand Jeanette brings it up the far side of the court. 45 seconds into this fourth quarter. Golden Bears looking for win number 3 on the season. This one a little bit higher degree of difficulty than the 2 Belmont-Clemmy games. Mahler bounces it back to Bodie beyond the 3-point line. Now Fogarty back into Mahler, and Mahler is pushed from behind and fouled.
Well, Mahler's doing a nice job working that paint with his footwork. They're working to get that ball inside. Bodie goes in initially to Mahler. Mahler doesn't like the look. Back out to Bodie. Bodie goes around the top. Just good ball movement. Keep that ball moving. Don't sell out for an easy 3-point shot. You can get that whenever you want.
Mahler's been a man seizing his role lately as Fogarty drops the ball, picks it back up, out to Bodie. Now Nemmers whips it over to Mahler on the wing. Near corner Grand Jeanette. Pump fakes, and that time it was Grand Jeanette to pump a little bit too hard as he traveled.
Yeah, he got that ball in the corner, and I love what he was thinking. He was going to shot fake and then take that ball to the rim. And that's a good move because he had rebounders there. But, nope, took off a little too early with a little bunny hop.
Jackson Morris, the freshman, into the corner to Richardson. Now back to Morris. Floats it up and puts it in. 6-point ball game, 48-42 as Eagle Grove for the first couple buckets of this fourth quarter.
Good chemistry by the Morrises there. Everyone forgot about the other Morris right on the block.
Now Bodie works towards the middle, spins, feeds it off to Nemmers. Lost the ball, though, and Richardson has it. Angles towards the far side of the court, whips it back to the near side. Canavan bangs, blocked by Nemmers. He rejects that shot. Good hustle up the court by Logan Nemmers as now it's Grand Jeanette. A bounce pass to Mahler, flips to Fogarty. Now inside to Nemmers, into the lane, scores it to make it 50-42.
Such a nice soft touch by Logan Nemmers. Caught that ball right, kept his arms up right into the bucket.
Logan Nemmers is another one who's developed right before our eyes. Had almost no role besides in blowout games early in the season, but now he is becoming a critical member of this Golden Bear team.
Yeah, boy, good defense so far by Garrigan.
Canavan, fadeaway foul line jumper, and he swishes it.
Oh, after a few seconds of good defense, completely nullified by Canavan. He can create his shot. He's the end-of-game type situation if it comes to that.
Back down to a 6-point game. Fogarty up to the top to Grand Jeanette. Jackson Morris defends, flips it right to Bodie. Inside again to Nemmers, using his body. This time he's rejected by Canavan.
Oh, I didn't think that was possible. Nemmers with the body, great position, but Canavan elevates.
Canavan with a little mini flex after that as well, as Morris into the corner to Morris. Now Morris passes it back up top to Canavan, who secures it near the logo with 5:09 on the clock. He'll rise. Top of the key, triple rattles out. Nemmers got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds.
Canavan had an open look. Drew Fogarty was guarding it up top, and Canavan was deep, but he spotted up for a wide open 3. If that went down, boy, that crowd was going to love it. So Bears dodge a miss there.
Canavan flips it into Richardson. Now up to Jordan Morris, the junior, and he'll take a couple steps backwards, guarded by Bodie. Gets the screen, heads to the left. Bodie stays with it. Left of the lane. Now back to the right to Wildering. Catch and shoot. He had a foot on the line, but he missed anyways as it popped out near side to Fogarty.
I don't think Wildering has taken a shot yet today, so count that as a win for the Garrigan defense.
Grand Jeanette picks up his dribble, now goes to Bodie in front of the Golden Bear bench, far side of the court. Inside, Jacob Lear pivoting, finding a cutting Fogarty. He uses his soft touch and puts it in.
Oh, good offensive series there by the Bears. Bodie to Lear to Fogarty. Nice job, easy bucket.
Those cuts to the basket without the ball, working for the Golden Bears. Into Richardson in the far corner. Mahler defends, now out to Wildering. He'll try again from 3, bounces high off the rim, and Mahler does a nice job tipping it to Fogarty. Now Grand Jeanette with a full head of steam, sidesteps, gets bumped, and offensive foul. Wildering drew the charge that time.
Well, Wildering hasn't made the threes, but boy, he just made a big turnover, picking up the foul on Grand Jeanette. Grand Jeanette tried to avoid it. He crossed over, tried to get to the other side of the hoop, but Wildering hits the deck, does a nice job. Now, Noonan has not played as much tonight as usual. He's going to come in here for Grand Jeanette. Noonan is a good shooter, and let's see if he's going to play some good defense here. But look on the other end, Noonan hit a big jump shot here.
Walking the ball into the front court, Jordan Morris. Guarded by Bodie, flips it right to Jackson Morris. The freshman passes left to Canavan. Canavan flashes across the foul line, gets it to a right angle triple. Richardson off the front of the rim. Eagle Grove now ice cold on three-pointers here in the second half.
Yeah, they are really have been shooting the ball well tonight, but right when they need it the most, they're just not falling.
Fogarty holds the basketball up top with 3:40 to go. Directs traffic with the right hand and passes right to Bodie. Now bounce pass to a curling Noonan. Pumps, gives it to Lear, dishes it to Mahler, cuts to the basket. His shot's off the glass, rolls off to Fogarty. Offensive rebound. He got fouled and he put it in. Drew Fogarty a clutch offensive board, and the follow puts Bishop Garrigan back up by 10.
Playing tough inside, Drew Fogarty. Noonan had the ball off a curl. That young man showed a great decision. He could have rose up for a guarded jump shot. Instead, he passes it off, and they get a better look inside, and Fogarty's to the line for a three-point opportunity.
Fogarty's off the back of the iron, and Jordan Morris skies for the rebound. It's been a little quiet night for Fogarty scoring-wise, but he's made an impact here in the fourth quarter. Wildering will try again for a three-pointer, but he traveled before he got the shot off. I'll tell you what, they have called that travel tight tonight on both sides.
They have. They are on the spot with those travel calls both ways, and it frustrates the players, but your feet move a lot, and those officials are watching, and it just doesn't get called sometimes. But if you look close, it's usually the right call.
So a timeout called here of 3:21. We'll step aside for a quick timeout, and back with the final stretch of this ball game next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
With over a decade of experience, Jake Ingalls Electric is here to handle any electrical job you could possibly have. From anything agricultural related to complex commercial wiring to something simple like installing a new outlet in your home, Jake Ingalls Electric does it all. Have your wiring done right and call Jake at 515-320-4286. Jake Ingalls Electric, shockingly good service.
Fourth quarter here from Eagle Grove High School, 3:21 left, and Bishop Garrigan trying for their third win of the season, leading the Eagles 54-44. Big thank you to our video streaming sponsors, which include Chemna Auto. Not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman. Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit, and Families of Bishop Garrigan sponsoring sports streaming here on the Algona Radio YouTube. As Bishop Garrigan starts with the basketball, Fogarty comes across the logo, gives it on to the wing to Noonan, now back up top Fogarty. Golden Bears just have to play clean here over the final 3+ minutes, and they'll be able to secure that third win. Mahler in the paint, got it knocked away briefly, but Bodie got it back. Now Fogarty on the block, kick out to Mahler, right angle triple, offline to the right, rebound Lear, back up with it, no, rolls off, tipped off the glass, right into Mahler's hands. Fogarty, that is, as Fogarty got fouled, and he'll head to the line for 2 shots.
That's 3 offensive rebounds for the Bears. That's what we talked about at the very beginning of the game. Power basketball, dominate the rebounding. At this point, Garrigan didn't need to take that three-pointer. They should probably just try to work as much time off the clock as possible before they get an inside bucket. And, boy, the rebounding saved them there. Got the hard rebound, kind of get out of this possession with hopefully a couple points by Drew Fogarty's free throws.
Fogarty with 2:54 on the clock, off the back of the rim on that one, and the score stays 54-44.
These last 3 minutes can go real quick if Garrigan takes care of the basketball and works time off the clock on each possession, because Eagle Grove, they're going to shoot real quick.
Fogarty will try again. That one will take a tantalizing look inside, but it'll hang on the rim and drop off. So 0 for 2 trip for Fogarty.
Jacob Lear almost got the rebound there. That would have been a big one.
Canavan a pass to the cutting Morris, but getting his hand in there was Noonan, and he knocked it to Lear for the Eagle Grove turnover. Fogarty rips it inside Mahler, turns towards the bucket, puts it up, and it rolls in. 12-point Golden Bear lead now.
No hesitation getting that ball inside. If you can get it inside right away, take it.
Now Morris stopping. Noonan knocked it away, but he also fouled him.
Oh, so close. Bodie had pressure, and Noonan predicted that the player was going to turn right into him, and he almost timed it perfectly and had a theft of the ball. As it is, Eagle Grove's going to shoot free throws here. Yep, that's 7 fouls on the Bears. Eagle Grove has 4, so they're going to have fouls to give here as the time winds down.
It'll be the junior Morris at the foul line again. Morris flips up the first of the 1-and-1, and he connects, so he'll get another one here as the score is now 56-45 with 2:23 left in the ball game. Golden Bears are their last game before Tuesday when they'll make a road trip to Lake Mills, who continues to be undefeated. Morris drains the foul shot. It's back down to a 10-point game, 56-46. Time continuing to tick, though. It's the Golden Bears' friend right now. Noonan up to Fogarty, looking for another clean possession, guarded by Cooper. To the left to Bodie. Bodie inside to Mahler. Mahler back to the basket, turns, hooks the shot off the glass, off to the right. Ball off the fingertips of Lear, out of bounds as Noonan got a hand on it too, and it'll go back to Eagle Grove.
Drew Mahler had the ball inside, but he was pretty heavily guarded. Might as well just kick that one out, Drew. Work some more time off the clock and work for a better look.
Canavan to Wildering, now to Jackson Morris, angling into the lane, and foul here against Bishop Garrigan, resulting in a 1-and-1 here for Morris.
Now, good job by Morris getting to the line. You do not want to let them score baskets while the clock is stopped.
So Ryan Noonan's now done for the night, as that was his 5th foul, and the Golden Bears will look to bring Jack Grangenet in to replace him here, so that'll make a lineup of Grangenet, Bodie, Lear, Fogarty, and Mahler.
Well, I will hand it to Noonan. His offensive game has been great this year. His defense has been lacking, and he tried for it tonight and picked up those fouls. No hang your head about picking up fouls. That means you're playing a little harder, and that's good.
Morris perfect on the first foul shot. Back down to a single-digit game, 56-47 with 1:54 left to go. Eagle Grove looking for their second win. Bishop Garrigan looking for their third. Morris again. That one rattles off. Big miss there as Jacob Lear rebounds. Almost lost it, but he just kind of pokes the ball and tucked it into his hip to secure it. Mahler to the left to Grangenet. Will hold it here. Morris comes out to defend. Grangenet bounces it near side right beneath us to Fogarty. Now down to Mahler again in the post. Mahler holds the ball over his head, keeps it away from trouble, and now out to Bodie. To Grangenet, looking. Now back up beyond the three-point line, Bodie. Dribbles towards the right and comes over to Mahler. Mahler back to the left to Grangenet with 1:25 to go.
Great possession by the Bears. Keep running clock.
They're burning the clock. They go inside to Drew Mahler, and off the pass from Bodie, he lays it in to make it 58-47. Nice find there. Great possession. You run the time and get the score. That's the best of both worlds at the end of the game. Long desperation three-pointers, well short by Canavan as it's airballed. Thrown back into play by Lear. Grangenet has it. He is fouled with 1:01 left.
Yeah, Canavan wasn't trying to foul just yet, but the referees, realizing that the Eagle Grove team is going to want to start fouling, just gave him a foul there. And they still have 2 fouls to give here before they're going to send Garrigan to the line shooting a 1-on-1.
58-47. It'll be Mahler to inbound from half court. Mahler looks. Grangenet comes open. Canavan knocks the pass away. But they're going to say Canavan reached over and reached into out-of-bounds territory there, so Mahler will get to try it again.
Well, you can't blame players for reaching in there. The ball is right there.
Mahler able to safely get it into Fogarty, and Fogarty will get wrapped up here by Canavan for foul number 6 against Eagle Grove.
Now, with this significant 11-point lead, Garrigan will have to miss a lot of free throws for Eagle Grove to claw their way back into this game. We'll see if they continue to foul or just play it straight.
Eagle Grove will foul Fogarty here, and that'll be foul number 7, so Fogarty will shoot 1-1. And not only that, but Eagle Grove will have to shoot 3-pointers like they shot them in the first quarter to also get back in.
Right. Now, Garrigan, of course, better guard that three-point shot, especially out of the hands of Canavan and Morris. But Wilburine has been shooting them, but he's been pretty cold this quarter. Recognize the shooters.
Fogarty bounces that one off to the right. Can't convert the 1-and-1, and Canavan rebounds. Canavan will have to hurry here. Down by 11. Into the far corner, Jackson Morris. Now Canavan, catch and shoot triple. Off the back of the iron. Morris rebounds though for Eagle Grove. Got it knocked away and got it back. Then threw it away as Bodie takes it. Bodie runs the floor. Bodie lays it up, and he puts it in to make it 60-47. 33 seconds now to go. Golden Bears can smell victory. Now Jackson Morris dishes it to Wildering, and he lost the ball. No one was around him, but he was in an awkward position as now Grandjeanette curls around, and he'll be fouled by Jordan Morris with 22 seconds left and a 13-point Bishop Garrigan lead.
Well, that should probably be the last foul by Eagle Grove. If Grandjeanette knocks these free throws home, they're up 13 right now. It's hard to believe that they were down 15 points in the first half to this Eagle Grove team that looked like they were going to use their athleticism and make this a heck of a ball game. But Garrigan just stuck with it. Grandjeanette knocks down that free throw, and that should do it. They should be able to come out with this win with just 22 seconds left.
So Grandjeanette from the line again. He'll drain that one. Since Bishop Garrigan trailed at 19-4, they've outscored Eagle Grove 58-28. So that's a 30-point edge if you take out the first 4-ish minutes of the ball game. Morris rises from the lane, no. Jacob Lear hugs the rebound with 12 seconds left to go. Ball got knocked away from him, and he lost it out of bounds with 10 seconds.
Well, they really did a nice job coming out of the second half, the Bears did. They came out really aggressive and on fire.
Ball towards Cooper in the near corner. That one is well out of his reach by Canavan. And Golden Bears will get it back here with 9 seconds left and look likely to dribble out the win here. Their first winning streak of the season. A young team that took so much time to develop. They were so close in a 3-game stretch, losing them all by single digits. Finally broke through and won on Tuesday. And now they have their first 2-game winning streak of the season. 62-47 the final score as Bishop Garrigan knocks off Eagle Grove. We'll take a timeout here, and we will recap this one coming up next on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
For Sports Club members, bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Rental Zone, Highway 18 East in Algona. The tool and equipment rental specialist. Phone 395-RENT.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio at 1400 East Commercial in Algona or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Daylight Donuts, open early, serving yummy donuts, rolls, and great coffee. Located at 502 South Phillips Street.
Signworks for all your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Farm and Home Services. Check their many listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Pizza Ranch. Eat in or delivery. Catering also available.
TAFE Wellness Center, Dr. Shane TAFE, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Located at 105 South Phillips Street in Algona.
All sponsors of this broadcast.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Bishop Garrigan defeats Eagle Grove 62-47 here on Hometown Radio KLGA and on the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. It was a slow start for the Golden Bears, but they came out blazing in the second half and were able to turn this game around 360. I'm Tyler Lance alongside Beanie Bodie. And Beanie, you know what? This Golden Bear team, it didn't look pretty at the start of the game, certainly. Eagle Grove did a great job shooting three-pointers, especially in that first quarter. They built a 19-4 lead, but Golden Bears slowly clawed back in the second quarter. They had a it down to a single possession game by halftime. And then in the second half, Golden Bears went on a quick run to begin, 8-0 run to start the second half. Eagle Grove never led again after that.
That 8-0 run was just huge out of halftime. Eagle Grove came out with under 2 minutes to go in warm-ups, and they looked like they started the second half without being warmed up. They looked a lot slower than they did the first half, not as athletic. They looked a lot less confident, and suddenly they started to play like they had something to lose. So in the first half, like we talked in the pregame, boy, they were playing loose. They had nothing to lose. They were shooting threes. Garrigan was leaving them open. They were draining them. They were taking the ball to hoop. They looked quick. And then in that second half, the Eagles came out and just looked flat, and Garrigan took advantage right off the bat. That 8-0 run just got them right back in the game, made it a game, and then they followed that up just a few minutes later with an 11-0 run, and that was all she wrote.
And pacing is so big in basketball, and early in the game, Eagle Grove definitely controlled the pace, and give Bishop Garrigan a lot of credit. They had a starting lineup that worked great against Belmont Clemmy. Big, tall guys that could just bang the ball inside and physically overwhelm you. And they tried that tonight, and they realized Eagle Grove was too athletic for that lineup to work. So they made an adjustment. They went with some quicker guys, really had one big, maybe two sometimes if you include Mahler. And they went with a smaller, quicker lineup, and all of a sudden that changed the game, especially in the second half, as that forced a few Eagle Grove turnovers. Bishop Garrigan looked better on offense, and the lineup change and those small adjustments really made a big difference here tonight.
Yeah, well, they got down big at 15. You have a tough decision as a coach. Like, you need points, so you want to keep your shooters in, but you also have to stop them, so you want to have your defenders in. And the Garrigan coaches decided, well, let's put in Berkey. They had Bodie in there. They had some guys that they knew are pretty good at playing some solid defense, tried to slow down the Eagles, but then they came right back with the shooters. They brought Hoagland in. They got Noonan in. And, then Moeller had a great game offensively. Got to give credit to that kid. He played really well tonight, getting to the bucket, just playing with way more confidence as a freshman. And you're right, give credit to Garrigan. They kept experimenting, finding the right mix at the right time, led to those run-outs. And, good job adjusting. Otherwise, we'd be going home right now saying, wow, we lost to the Eagles. Now they have 2 wins after losing 32 straight. Instead, Garrigan's got this little 2-win streak before they have to go to Lake Mills and face that top of the conference team.
You're absolutely right, and certainly you brought up Drew Mahler in that response, and Drew Mahler is really someone who's coming into his own right now. I mean, he is getting all kinds of touches, that nice turnaround jumper from the paint. He can pretty much shoot from anywhere on the court when you talk about three-pointers or taking the ball inside, and, he just provides, I think, what Bishop Garrigan's offense was maybe missing a little bit early in the season, someone who's big but versatile as well and athletic, and, Drew Mahler, again, as a freshman to be playing these kind of minutes, great sign for him, great sign for the Golden Bear future, and tonight he just took another step in his development.
Yeah, he did really well. He's clearly a good player, and as he gets more confidence and starts looking for a shot, it just results in more points in the stat book for him, because the more shots he takes, the more points he's going to score. And tonight was a good matchup. They didn't have anyone that could match up with him. Like, what happens with these teams, they put their biggest guy on Lear or Logan Nemmers, and then they realize they got to stop Drew Fogarty inside. Well, who's left to guard Drew Muller? And then he can just go to work.
So a good formula for Bishop Garrigan as they win this one 62-47 over Eagle Grove to improve to 3-10. And the Golden Bears will head to Lake Mills on Tuesday. Eagle Grove now 1-12 as the Golden Bears have defeated Eagle Grove in 8 straight matchups between these two teams. And the Golden Bears now are 24-5 if you date it back all the way till 2008. So a much-needed win, a much-needed 2-0 week for Bishop Garrigan. And you're starting to see after a couple of close losses, the Golden Bears have finally gotten on track with a few wins. And we'll see if they're able to pick up a few more here as we go through the rest of the top of Iowa West schedule. That'll do it for tonight. Big thank you again once more to our streaming sponsors, Chemna Auto, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona State Farm Insurance agent Billy Offerman. Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit, as well as Families of Bishop Garrigan, all sponsoring streaming here on the Algona Radio YouTube. Also, we do have Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, as they have sponsored our scoreboard. Big thank you once again, as we will come to you on Saturday morning with Breakfast with the Coaches. That'll be our next sports-related broadcast starting at 9 o'clock, and then we'll have basketball action resuming next week on Hometown and Home Country Radio. We'll wrap it up right now. Final score, Bishop Garrigan 62 and Eagle Grove 47.
For Sports Club members, bringing you this game on